Hey everyone, what up? So yeah, let's do something different tonight. And well, I my idea is to bring in friends, like real life friends, and people that I know for ages. And for the first one, I thought that the best guest that I could invite here will be Nørbak. So Nørbak, welcome into the stream. Um,
Thank you.
your first
Thank you
time on
for having me, Matt.
your first time on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Cool.
I've been following your stream since the beginning, so yeah,
Yeah, my
it's
ghetto
nice to be
stream.
here
Yeah. No,
on
I
the other
think
side.
on the other side, now you're not a viewer, you're a participant on this.
Yeah.
So, for everyone seeing this, the idea here is to basically we're gonna chat basically the same way that we do over the phone or when we meet, which was not last year in real life. But actually, we met in real life. We've been together in real life last year in
Yeah.
January. I think so.
Yeah, around that time or February. No,
Fe-
no, 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 no.
January, I think.
February because or even March. That's when I had my computer and I changed the yeah, it was around February, yeah,
February, I
because I
think.
changed the graphics card around March.
Around March, and yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and
February. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
February.
So yeah, we've been together in 2020. But anyway, guys, this is like we're gonna chat. We're gonna just I don't know. Let's see where this goes. Of course, we'll answer some questions. Please do intelligent questions. Don't ask things. Oh, how do you do this kick? Like that's that's a shitty question, right? So, anyways, the first thing that I want to talk to with you, Artur, because okay, I call him Artur, not Norbak in real life.
Yeah, please call me Arthur.
Yeah, it's like me. Everyone call me details like um, Black Hand Clan, sure. So first thing we met around what 2013, 14? I don't remember actually.
14, yeah.
I
I,
feel
I started talking. Actually, you were the first guy in techno that I ever talked to, actually. Yeah.
The-
And it was around the time that I finished my first EP, and that was, I think, 2014. Yeah.
circular in circular limited.
No, no, no. A Portuguese label called Relevant Records. Yeah, yeah, actually a pretty shitty one, but it's okay. But it's okay. We all have to start
We all have
somewhere.
shitty work, man.
So
Even today, we got shitty work. Actually,
yeah,
well, maybe for us it's shitty work, but yeah, it's been like 6 years, and it's been quite curious because uh, Robert S label, okay, FFOB. Okay, Robert S. Sorry, we are not okay. This is not offensive in any way, but yeah, I remember like talking to you the first time. You actually came to me, and it is funny because I consider that in Portugal right now we have four generations in a way. Like we have the old school one, like Apol and Zé Miguel, and even DJ Vibe in a way. We got the generation of Reaxis, me, who else?
Lewis,
L-
Cardão.
well, Louis, yeah, Think Freak. Well, I will put Louis in your generation, actually, because Louis
No,
appeared around.
it's actually no, 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 no. It's actually more yours. It is your generation for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, he
2012.
started releasing music in
2012,
2012
yeah,
or
it's my generation.
something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. And then we have your generation, Vil, Temudo, minus two,
Standard.
standard,
Yeah.
yeah, Diogo is
Yeah.
here somewhere, Diogo
Yeah.
as well. And then we have this new generation, which is
A lot of new guys.
a lot of new people.
VHS, Fresco.
Yeah, we have Tremolo here
Yeah.
also in the chat, who's like the new Portuguese Macumba techno.
Yeah. Macumba Techno.
Macumba techno. I'm joking with him. It's more industrial, broken stuff, and
Yeah,
stuff like
a
that.
lot of new guys. showing up. Even girls, which is
Yeah.
a new thing that's happening, you know, in Portugal. Not many female artists were releasing music some years ago, and now we see Valodi, we see
Yeah.
Vrushka, we see so many girls doing good music, doing very good music,
No, yeah,
very
it
good
is. It
music.
is. It is funny because we never had like we never had women doing techno. Well, we had one, I think, in the past, in the very late past. I don't remember who, but I think it we existed. But it.
Nina V, probably.
Oh yeah,
No,
maybe Nina V. Yeah, yeah. Miss Shayla is not doing techno at all, so it doesn't count.
and
Um,
she's not a producer, or
I
or is she?
think she did some house and re. I don't know. I think she did some work. I don't know, dude. I never followed her honestly, but it is funny. It's funny and grateful to see a bigger generation, which actually, in my opinion, due to your works, much more your works and Veal and Tumul, that generation, much more than mine and Louis' generation. I think the new kids that come now onto the scene, they come because you guys made it in a way, because you guys opened a new path, one that me reacts is even Louis in a way, we didn't open as you guys, like broadly accepted. We can say that Louis introduced
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
introduced a little bit that
No,
portion
and
of the
it's
map.
funny because one of our inspirations to my generation was Lewis Fauci, actually,
Yeah,
because we saw him like, okay, he can make it, so probably we can if we put a lot of work and love into what we do,
yeah,
so it's possible
yeah.
to do things.
No, I
But
agree.
I wouldn't say that I made it yet, or any of us of my generation yet, you know, but because we are young and we still have a lot of stuff to do. But yeah, things are going good, you know.
Dude,
Things are going good.
in our heads, no, we'll never make it. Like you can be playing on fucking Berghain, like
But
Full
actually,
House.
it's better to think like
I didn't make
we
it.
will never make it, you
No,
know,
for
than
sure.
thinking
Stay
so.
rentless and continue to proceed into improving your sound, or
Yeah, of course.
as
Yeah,
any artist that likes what he does, uh, try to reach that perfection that doesn't exist, of course,
yeah.
and that's what keeps you moving on and keeps you bringing you more and more ideas and moving on forward as an artist, I think. But yeah,
Mm.
but it
And
is
seeing
funny.
this new generation also motivates me a lot, you
Yeah,
know. It's nice to see people that actually love music, you know,
yeah,
because I think sometimes artists can, they can even do really good music and all that stuff, but they probably don't really are passionate about it, you know.
mm-hmm.
They are just, okay, I finished one track, okay, I want to do like one EP or two EPs per year or something like that. It's very studied, you know.
Yeah,
There isn't much love there. It's probably only business when you think so much about
yeah.
your music, and you know. So yeah, it's actually, it's nice to see this new generation which has some sort of punk attitude, you know, like, okay, I want to release music, fuck it, you know, whatever. If it's good music, I don't care if it's too much or
Yeah,
something. I mean, you have always to be careful where
sure.
you put your music,
Of
of
course,
course,
sure,
you know,
sure,
but
sure.
you don't actually need to think so much about like a master plan or something about what you are going to do with your music, because things, I think, flow naturally, you know, or things are organic. You don't need to overthink things, or especially in music and in techno culture, that we are so no bullshit and all that stuff, you know,
Yeah, normally, yeah, yeah,
thinking
yeah.
so much business wise about all the things. It's not good for me, actually.
No, but that's the thing, dude. Like, the main goal, and sorry for everybody, okay, we have a lot of Portuguese guys right now on the chat, so you guys might know what we are talking about, but this applies to all kind of places, countries, wherever. Like, um I think in every generation and every because let's be real here. All all generations in techno, they kind of meet themselves in between. The older guys, they are like what, 50, 55. So a kid who appears in 2000 and let's say in 8 sorry 2018, the 55-year-old producer will still be around and kicking most of the times, like Ben Sims, for example. So it is funny that what I feel today in Portugal, and this is something that is very curious, because when I started, everybody was fighting everybody. Nobody was a friend. Everybody was a menace. You were not welcome on certain circles because you're not friend of him, and you are here to take his business and take his gigs and shit like that. But these late years, what I've been enjoying the most, and this is one of my biggest dreams, since and I told you this many times, is like
Yeah, true.
to have a community of Portuguese artists, united, strong. Um, Everybody have their differences for sure, but like people should stand united. Like if I support someone who's doing like a different kind of techno than me, or kind of different music than me, that I actually enjoy or do actually think it's good, and I support it. Um, I want them to be part of the same thing as me. um what the hell are you guys saying, like racist? This is not racist. Like I was talking about Portugal, because it's my scene, right? And I'm saying this applies to a little bit to every place. So and the thing that pisses me the much is that the younger generation, and us, like us, you, me, Tmud, Vil, Standard, all those guys, we actually exist together, and we want to work together, and we support
Yeah,
each other. And I think this is the most important thing that starts to be visible outside of Portugal. Like people say, oh, a lot of Portuguese techno out there. Oh, I know this is a Portuguese artist. Yeah, and I think what changed the paradigm around this was that more and more we become friends in a way. We support people who are working well, and we, even if it's not the same style, or we don't appreciate that music a lot, but we know that the kid is making an effort, and
yeah,
working on that. We do support him, and try to make
yeah,
him
yeah.
reach his
Of
place.
course. Yeah.
And I think
And
this go please go.
it's very important to do that kind of stuff, because Portugal is such a small country,
Yeah,
and people always think it's behind most of countries in Europe, and it's nice to see this new generation putting Portugal on the map,
on the map, yeah, that's it.
Actually, Tumudu one time told me, go listen to some podcasts that shows up on SoundCloud as you open SoundCloud, and tell me one that does not contain Portuguese music there.
One Portuguese track there, yeah.
Tell me one. Tell me
Yeah,
one. And it was really hard to find one that didn't have Portuguese music there, and that makes me really really proud.
yeah.
Super proud.
No, same as me. Like I might not be a today's house fan for sure. Um, that's totally fine. Like we have our own taste. But if I see a Portuguese kid, like he's working hard to do some kind of let's say deep house, and he's making on the charts of people, of the well-known DJs out there, and on radio shows and stuff like that, I'm super happy for him, because it's in many years, like let's say in the I've been around this thing for 17 years, as DJ, and 15, almost 16, doing music. And it's the first time that I actually really see people being happy about seeing the local ones going forward, and having works outside, and you have less envy about that people, and you have much more like, oh, maybe I should support him, and maybe I should work as much as him to go forward.
Yeah, of course.
um
And probably those guys that probably were envy of the new talents, they probably are realizing that envy is pointless and just a waste of time. Just like try to improve yourself to become better and all that stuff. So
I totally agree. Like there's
I think the scene now in Portugal is very healthy.
yeah,
It's on par with many other scenes in Europe, and
yeah,
that that was the goal since we started,
yeah,
and it's really nice. People are not afraid of talking with each other and sharing music and all that stuff.
yeah.
And with
I,
your generation, that didn't happen. People were so close and
at
didn't
all.
share music, and
Yeah,
it was super strange,
it is
like
super
super,
strange.
super
It
strange,
is super
super
strange.
fucked up. Now everyone talks with everyone, and
Yeah, no, and
it's
I've
super
yeah,
healthy, and everyone can learn something from each other or
no, for sure,
anything like that, which is super,
super
super cool.
important. Yeah, and that's the key thing. Like, I think all of us, people who are now starting doing music, oh, Ivar, we'll go on. Promoters and parties. It's another thing. Okay, it's another topic. We're just talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
artists. Okay, supporting art, music. Okay, producers. Forget the promoters part and party scene for now.
that's
But
a whole,
it's a whole different yeah,
a whole
all
different
different
thing.
discussion completely. But that's the thing is it's very important for us, the ones who are older on this, or the ones who have more connections outside, the ones who are being successful. I think it's much more important to take care of the local scene and feed it even more than sometimes going like full crazy, super ultra successful career outside in the world. Because let's be honest here, it is cool to have a super duper career, but I think it's also sad that you had the power to change people life, and you had the power to take care of your own in your own place, especially on small scenes like we have in Portugal is like a micro scene in reality.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that always pissed me about Portugal. Like, why nobody help each other? And I've been fighting this thing alone until you guys arrived, which was like fucking amazing. Like, finally,
Yeah,
people who care about this shit as I do.
yeah. But
Um,
actually, this we didn't even think about. We are
yeah,
going to do things
that's the thing.
differently. It
It's
was
natural.
just it makes sense, like why the fights, why hiding stuff, why be mysterious with each other, like what the fuck, man? It's just music. You are not like a doctor or
Yeah,
someone or a
yeah,
firefighter or something like
yeah.
super serious. You do music, like chill the fuck out.
No, and especially nowadays that and this is another topic we can dive in, especially when many people, all of them are using the same tools. It's like, dude, you're using the same tools. Like, what the fuck are you implying about? Like, you have the same hammer that I have. You have the same bucket that I have. The same cement.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
everything the same as I do. I do it this way. You do it your own way, and we can coexist. And I can
yeah, of
perfectly
course.
help a guy, and he can help me further on. Like, holding grudges and stuff. It is stupid. Like, in my head, um, and I think this way. Uh, if I know something that I can share to improve someone's life or someone knowledge about doing music, and it's someone that you see, it's a trustable person that is putting work on, right? It's not like we talked before, like someone who's planning two, three, four releases just to be around there and show up.
And
Oh, I do releases.
there's no problem about planning,
Of course,
like having a plan with
of
things,
course not.
but when your plan is to be like that because you want to be super exclusive
Yeah,
and be
yeah,
super,
yeah.
for me at least, doesn't make a lot of
No, it doesn't
sense,
make any
but
sense at all.
that's my opinion, and I think my generation also has the same opinion,
Yeah, yeah,
which is nice as well.
yeah.
For example, the guys at Hayes really don't give a fuck about the master plan to the
Yeah,
success and all that stuff. I can speak on my behalf, on behalf of them and your behalf as well, because I know you are like this as well.
Yeah.
You don't have the master plan to make everything
No.
perfect. And I know sometimes shit happens, you know. Sometimes you say yes to something and you release like a shitty remix, or you are part of a VA with a track that you are not 100% happy, you
So many
know.
times.
Shit happens, you know. It's perfectly normal, and you just have to accept that that kind of stuff is normal.
No,
And
and
don't overthink things, you know. Don't want to be like I don't know how to put. I don't know, like one of those corporate guys that
yeah,
think
yeah.
things
This is not a
too
business.
much, and
This
there's
is
no need.
expression.
You just have to be, in my opinion, you just have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
If you do stuff for the right reasons,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay, you know. Fuck it.
No, dude, and that's the thing. Like the most important thing that I've learned in these many years, um, it is like uh, as an artist, as a producer, you'll always think that your music is shit, and that's okay. I think like I'm already used to that,
Yeah,
but
it's easier when you accept it, you know.
that's it. It's
So yeah,
accept that okay for you everything will be shit. But most
yeah,
importantly,
yeah.
the thing that I vouch for and I'm completely um, uh, go for it. A little bit what I'm doing with my own label ATD is like if you stand behind the tracks, if you really love the tracks that you did, and you think that they deserve to be heard and they deserve to be out there, even if in the end they might not be the best tracks, but you did it for the correct reasons, and you want them outside, you want the world to listen to them, even if people say, "Oh, this is a shit," it's okay. I think it's more important that you stand behind what you do and what you did, uh, beyond the effort that you put on that, the love that you put on that music. It's much more important than properly. And like we said, it's not an issue. It's not a problem to plan things, but that's much more important in a way. Like
Yeah,
do
of
stuff
course.
that you love to do, even if it sounds a shit after 5 years. Fuck it. It's part of the journey. It's we're not machines. We cannot produce hits after hits after
Yeah,
hits all the time.
of course,
And
of course.
most of all, and this is something that people sometimes have a little issue understanding is maybe when you are getting traction from other people, and you change like a little bit of style. People, oh, this guy is dead now. Like he's doing like this kind of music. Maybe the thing is, as the older things took a lot of time to come out, and now you're on another thing. Uh, it's funny to see that people sometimes think, "Whoa, is this guy? Where is this guy going?" But in the end, if you stick to that, to what you're doing, it will be super okay. Like things will flow into you. So yeah, just do what you love and don't care about
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever that
Don't
thing
think
is.
too much about it. Just be honest about the things you like to do, and everything will be fine. And yeah,
Yeah, so
we move on.
let's take care like two questions here. Went from Lenha no Fogo, is from Leiria. um, so Lenha is asking you if you produce with headphones or monitors.
Lately, I've been using only headphones, which actually are these ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
770 Pro.
yeah.
Yeah,
Super nice ones. They are bang for the buck, one of the best,
yeah.
in my opinion.
For closed ones, yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
yeah. Yeah, I use mostly headphones, and when I'm done with a track, I hear it on the monitors, and yeah, pretty much that's the process.
Yeah, yeah. I am the headphones cunt. But yeah, so let's go for Decoder. Well, Decoder is from Texas. Is our youngest member. Is 16 and doing a lot of good music.
16,
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Is our kid. So he's asking us like, can I ask you all? Can I ask how all of you guys managed to develop such a strong community? Here, there are lots of talent producers, such making different types of techno house. So there's very little local support. Um, Honestly, Decoder, I think that after many years, and when we are a small community, let's call it community. The people that come afterwards, there's always someone in the middle. Um, Maybe in this case, I was the bridge between the old and the new, or the past new, because you're now a past new, Artur.
Yeah,
You're now the past new. Um, I think that people realized that the younger generation was like, these guys, they're not doing things right. Like, these dudes don't, they're not friends. Like, are they really friends? And then you hear stories about that guy fucking that guy and that dude going around his back. And I think that when you live in a small community like ours, you don't want to be part of that thing. Like, I never felt comfortable, and I never wanted, and I always been outside of those things. I didn't want to make part of that. That's the thing, and I think you had the same. Like, I don't want to be part of that kind of community. That's not my
yeah.
thing.
What triggered me to be different in that aspect was really seeing the generations before me being cunts with each other, and all the silence between them and all the weird vibe going on with all of them. Um,
Yeah,
we, the new generation, I think it was the same with the other guys as well. Like electronic music and techno in specific is such a open thing. It's, I mean, such a new thing. Like there are so many stuff to explore and ideas to share and exciting music to talk about. That naturally people start to connect with each other. So there isn't like a recipe to build a strong community. It's just keep the people with the same interests as you close, and things will start going. Things, because if things are going well, new people will come to the scene, and yeah, it's like a snowball effect. It kind of gets bigger. So
no,
yeah,
yeah,
sorry if my answer is not very specific, but it's actually like this. It's actually as simple as this.
yeah.
Is to keep the the people with the same interests as you close,
Yeah,
and
no,
yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
there is no magic formula, actually. I can talk I can talk in my case. I tried to connect with people before. Okay, the only connection that I had was Zé Diogo from Reaxis. We worked a lot of times together. Reaxis, when Zé Diogo did parties, he tried to invite me as well and do things with me. But we were kind of alone in this thing back then. Apart from that, no, there was nobody that would connect with me and Zé Diogo. It was amazing, and it was amazing to see that when Reaxis took a big leap in his career and went playing a lot of places, festivals and stuff, a lot of Portuguese people were like, "Oh, fuck this dude," and they did not understand or were willing to understand that he did his own path. He didn't use anybody. Um, and I also try to connect with older people, and it's okay. They're nice people, okay? They're nice people, but they are not interested in building something. And the most gratifying thing was that when I met you guys, I met Diogo Standard, of course, Nuno Ville and Temudo came along because, well, I was already the old cunt in here. The good thing was that instead of focusing on music and shit, we focus on how are you as a person? Like, what do you like to do? What are your interests? Like, I think that the fact that we put like the person before the music interest made us click in a way. And in my experience, if we want to have friends or be able to discuss things or be able to do collaborations and move things forward, we need to know each other as persons and understand that, yeah, I respect him. I might not like his music, but I respect him because he did this and that, and I know he also likes, let's say, he also likes cars like me, wherever. And it's those small things that enable you to start building a community out of this. And you can see that that is visible nowadays in Portugal. Like fuck I care the music you do, and fuck I care the music Tumult does or Standard does. Like you guys are my friends, and most of the times we are talking about random shit, not even music. Like yeah, I will say like
Yeah,
10% music.
me and you and me with Temudo. Yeah, I don't talk a lot about the music
No,
itself. It's more
ten
like
percent. Yeah,
random shit,
10% music,
like
ninety
live
percent
stuff,
bullshit.
and
Yeah, yeah. It's talking about video games, series, movies, production, gear, VSTs, night outs, stupid shit we did on live, my hangover, whatever. And music comes in a little dose. But yeah, that was my answer. Like, there's no magic about this. It's just first see the person, then see the music. At least in my opinion. So let's see more questions here. Another one for you, Artur. Question for Nørbak. How did you get started in music, and when did you get into making techno? that's that's on point question.
to making techno. But um, so with electronic music, I started with drum and bass and dubstep.
Mm-hmm.
I was going at some small parties and all that stuff. And yeah, especially dubstep, I listened a lot to dubstep, but like
Oh,
some
dude.
other subgenre that I don't even remember the name now. It was like super hard dubstep, like really heavy, distorted dubstep, like fucked up shit. Yeah. Then I listened to some drum and bass that at the time was not really drum and bass, was like noisy, super hard stuff as well. I'm not sure. I'm a maniac with art stuff, I don't know.
Tech step. Yeah.
And later on, some friends of mine were listening to techno and showing me some music. And I don't know, I started listening with like the classics, like the Bells and Sub Zero and all that stuff.
Dun, dun, dun,
And
dun,
then
dun,
I
dun,
was
dun.
like, this is very interesting, and I started to explore a bit more. Then I found the CLR podcast from Chris Levin, and
Good
I got
times.
to know a lot of new artists with that podcast. And Chris Living at the time was playing some really dark and heavy sets that I was really into,
He was
and I
playing
was
decent
like
shit.
exploring the music that he was playing. Yeah, and I found artists like Furter, Oscar Mulero, Jonas Kopp, a lot of guys. And at the same time, Lewis Fauci was growing a lot in Portugal, and that was a big inspiration for me. And yeah, I started doing music for fun, only for fun. I started with Ableton, and I'm still with Ableton. And yeah, since then I'm trying to find my sound. I think I probably just one thing, not really about your question, but I think I probably released my first CP too fast. I was super excited about releasing my first CP, and I didn't think a lot about it, and I kind of regret my first releases. But
Everybody
yeah,
does,
that's
dude.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody does, man.
yeah, probably. And yeah, that's how I got into techno. It's a very simple story, but yeah,
No, it's
I
super
think it's
valid,
pretty
man.
normal actually. Yeah, I mean, I was born in the late 90s. I'm 23, so I didn't experience like the original techno thing or anything. By the time I was getting into, by the time I was, I don't know, mature enough to listen to electronic music, techno was at a very shitty moment with the minimal stuff and all that. I didn't really like that stuff. That that when Chris Living came, yeah, things changed for me, and yeah, I
Yeah.
got to develop my taste and in the along the way. I found a lot of music there. Even today, I play and like a lot. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I get it, dude. Like, yeah, maybe for the people of your generation or your age, minimal was like, well, fuck this. But actually,
I mean, some people of my age like minimal. You know, I have some friends that I met during Christmas break. You know that they did follow up the new thing very well of techno,
yeah,
and they still talk about like stuff from Rishiotin label minimal shit. You know that was like
me,
amazing,
dude,
amazing.
me, man. I grew up with that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm saying shit because I really don't like it,
no,
but
they,
it's okay. Everyone
they,
that likes it. I know
no.
you did some minimal stuff in the beginning as well, you know.
I
So
was a minimal DJ, dude, at some points, and I kind of introduced this shit over here. I remember perfectly playing minimal with Ivo and Gamboa, two friends of mine, like from actually old friends of mine, and not much people were playing minimal at that time. But to be honest, minimal did not age well. If you go listen to most of the minimal releases from
not at all.
2004, 2005, damn, it's not that good. But some of them do still keep up until today. Like Sleeper Cave minimal stuff, some geyser stuff in a way. Do keep up with age, but most of it, no, most of it
Yeah, most of it. No.
just went like shit. But
Sometimes
yeah,
I'm actually afraid of the music that I'm doing at the moment. People in some years think the same as I think about minimal. I'm really afraid of that at moments, you know, like
dude, it's
what the
normal.
fuck.
It's not
But I
well.
don't think so. The techno that is being made today, it's in more like the original techno. Maybe. Do you agree what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, it's like raw drums and not many like stupid sounds.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit
It's
more
drier.
roots based, you know.
Yeah. It's much more a dry sound.
Of course it's adapted to the new thing, you know. It's not as fast as it was once before, or I don't know, it has more stereo and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and the lows are better, of course, but yeah, it's not like something that it's techno, you know. Minimal for me wasn't minimal. That's why people call it minimal techno, because it's not techno.
Well,
You know.
that's the thing. Like I grew up with that, and some of the guys here in the chat also grew up with this. Like
Yeah, of course, of course.
in 2002, 3, techno was either shrines or either samba loops in kicking patterns like boom, 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 and samba. Like, okay, dude, we're all sick of that samba groove and techno. And actually, people, there's the good thing about minimal techno was that it kind of recycled a lot of those things. It kind of brought a fresh air to the thing. You could follow the techno beats in many of those tracks, but it was needed in a way. Techno was in such a shitty place, dude. Like it was always like fucking Shrines tracks going like tung, 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 and then a break like
Yeah, but
this is
just
the
to point
this
out one
Elmo song.
thing. Yeah,
Like what the fuck was this, dude? Like it's very funny, once, twice, three
yeah.
times. So it was good in a way. And like
But just to point out one thing, I have my opinion, but it's mostly out of ignorance and out of context, because I didn't really was into techno at that time. You know, I heard what people were showing to me, and I really didn't like it. You know, so yeah, I'm
I get
saying
it.
all this shit, but it's really only my opinion. You
No,
know, it's
but
I'm
it's
not
true,
saying
man. But it's true. It's
because we have to
true.
respect all the moments that techno had. You know,
Yeah,
but yeah,
but
the
it's
moment
true.
that I like the least is that one, you know.
And in fact,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
and in fact, it is, man, because it was so awkward, so strange. But at the same time, if it didn't happen, maybe we didn't been blessed by or from 2009 to today, to a lot of cool and new artists and new things appearing. Like techno got a really revamp, which I think it's going back again into a little bit of a graveyard shift right now. But that's another discussion. But it
We'll
was
be getting there.
but it was good. So let's see a little bit more questions here. I think I saw here one or two.
And yeah, I hope I'm answering your questions well. You know, it's the
You are,
first time
dude.
I
Don't
do
worry.
this,
Oh,
so
dude,
yeah.
it's totally fine. Like you can say whatever the fuck you want. No, no, it's this is called the no bullshit chat. So,
Yeah.
dude. So let me see. Okay, Grayscale 2. No, sorry. DNG Cree asked you when you released your first EP. 2015, right? Or
No,
14?
16. It was the 1st of July of 2016.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
EP
16. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the first day of 2016.
I don't
Yeah.
remember my first
But
EP, dude.
please don't go on Beatport and listen to that shit, please. Please don't you guys do that because I'm really embarrassed of that shit.
Oh fuck that, dude! It's totally normal, man. It is good. People see how much you evolved on music.
Yeah.
Dude, the good thing about what I did in my past was always having different names. That's the good part of it. Like I've did many shit. Most of them is on Discogs with my aliases, but dude, it's part of the journey. So
Yeah.
don't be worried. So let's see. Grayscale 002. Question for both of you. I have an impression that the Portuguese techno scene isn't very diverse. For instance, I know literally a few women releasing, at least on the part of the scene I'm following, more raw and hypnotic sounds. Do you have a similar impression? Are there some discussions and initiatives focused on diversity and inclusion? Whoa, okay, this is a very good question, Grayscale. There is, okay, there is, and I, I'm gonna hear, I'm gonna talk here about myself, and I think also talk a little bit about also what Artur and Hayes are doing. For us, we don't we how to say this? We care about the music, right? And we want everybody to be included in this. We don't care your social status, your sexuality, your sex, your race. We don't care about this. Um, we don't. What the things that we care about is having people interest in working, in doing music, in bonding with others, in being respectful with each other. Okay, people interested in building something out of this. Unfortunately, there are not a lot of girls out there. We are now we I think we can say that the first in the latest years was Christine Anna that
Yeah.
appeared as like the new generation of girls. But
Yeah.
Grayscale, you have, and Artur said, you have Valody, you have, you guys released a remix of her. Help me. The girl from Lisbon.
Brusca?
Bruska.
Brusca?
Yeah, Bruska. You also have, oh, the other girl that plays a lot with Vanessa Valody. Not Bruska, the other one.
Not sure.
I forgot
Not
her
sure
name.
who.
She's starting to produce. She's only been a DJ.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But to answer your question,
yeah.
the thing that happened, I mean, as Gustavo said in the beginning of this conversation, uh, with his generation, there weren't many techno artists, even male or female. There weren't many. Now there is many new male talents and female talents. I think they are growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And they are
Totally.
showing up. They are not being afraid of showing their art and all that stuff because probably sometimes that can happen. And now they speak up, they show their music, they don't give a fuck what people think, and that's beautiful. But it's something that's building slowly, and I'm sure in 3 4 years things will be much better in those terms. I'm pretty sure because a lot of good music is being made at the moment by female Portuguese artists, even outside our style, like deeper
Yeah.
or harder stuff. It's being done by female artists, and they are going in their in the really nice paths.
No, totally.
I can't remember the name of them all, because so many girls are showing up at the
Yeah.
moment. But
Yeah.
the scene is healthy. Trust me. Considering the how it was some years ago, is very healthy.
Yeah.
And but yeah, as Gustavo said, the most important thing is the love for the music, of course, and a lot of people are showing up with a lot of love to give to the people and to put on their music. And
Yeah. Like
yeah,
like
things are things always have a period of change, and
mhm.
we are going through some changes in the Portuguese techno scene. Things are changing, things are going forward,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Totally.
we are all going along with it.
No, and the most important
And
thing is,
that's nice, that's nice.
and to be honest, look, maybe I might be wrong about this, but it's my way of thinking. We all, at least in my way of doing things, I always try to include everyone. Okay. Um, I do, like I said, I do not care about race, sex, sexuality, whatever. I don't care about it. Okay. Um, what I care is about music, respect, and bonding with people, right? Um, and I wish and I hope that this new trend of having more women coming in, if it would be said Rita Maumianj, she's doing also good things. Rita Maumianj,
I
yeah,
was trying to
yeah,
remember her name.
Rita
Yeah.
Maumianj, yeah. And it's actually funny because Valadi, she's doing a lot of work on this part. And it is good to see this happening, and I want this to happen more and more and more and more, because music should be diverse, and I think that here in Portugal we are just now beginning on opening up for more people, in a way, as it used to be very male based
Yeah.
producers and music in a way. So now more and more you have a lot of girls and women coming forward, and of course they get our support, and if we can include them and do things and collaborate with them, we're gonna do it for sure.
Yeah, everyone is welcome if it makes sense,
Exactly. Yeah,
why not,
yeah, that's the thing.
why
Like
not?
it is. Yeah.
It's not your gender or anything that matters
Yeah.
in that aspect. We all really love music, so what the other things don't really matter,
Yeah.
it's
It's
and
bullshit in the end. It's totally
it's bullshit
bullshit.
in the end, so yeah.
Yeah, that's the key thing. But yeah, let's see. I saw here one two more questions. Okay, Artur, how many years it took from you starting producing to your first release? 2 years.
Me?
Yeah, you. Since
No.
since
No, that's the problem. It should be 2 years.
no, but since you started doing the first time you touch on Ableton until you released, it was not like immediately, dude. I remember that. You took like
No, but it was like a year. That's why my music
yeah,
is so shit. The first EPs that I released were so shitty.
dude.
That's because of that. I was like too. I don't know. I didn't think things through. And I was like, oh, okay, opportunity to release an EP. Fuck it, I want to release. Yeah, but that's not good. I say 1 year, but I don't say 1 year proudly like I am the boss or something. No, it was 1 year, but it should be like 2 or 3 years actually.
Well, I am the worst example because I started doing music and 6 months later I had an EP out.
Yeah, that's not good at all. That's not good at
But
all.
it's funny that
That,
that fucking but that's the thing. It is not good. It is not bad. The most important thing is a middle term between what I did and between what you're saying. Um, we should find 1 year is maybe a little. It's not that much 1 year, unless you spend like 10 hours a day on Ableton Live, and
No, I wasn't spending that
of
much
course
time.
not. But that's what I'm saying. Like maybe if you spend 10 hours a day on Ableton Live for a full year, you might be able to do something with quality. I do believe on that more or less. But I think the key thing is
No, it's not really about the quality. In my case, was the quality and the what I wanted to do. You know,
mhm,
I didn't have any identity at that time. You know, that's why I'm saying like 2 3 years is better, not
yeah,
just because of the quality.
yeah,
It's like having your voice.
own
You
sound.
know,
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be like a super unique sound. You know, but have your voice. You know, like have your
yeah.
thing. And I didn't have it. You
That's
know,
what I was going to tell you as well. Is like I think the most important thing is take enough time. Okay, normally it's around 2 years. Around 2 years, if you produce continuously, okay, not like a madman on 24 hours on Ableton Live every day.
yeah,
No,
two
but
years I would
two
say.
years
Yeah,
you can find your own
but
sounds.
it changes from person to
Of
person.
course, you
Maybe
need
there
11 years.
maybe there is a guy that even with 2 months or something he got obsessed with that shit and did some quality stuff or something. You know, you never know. So yeah,
Yeah,
but for me personally, I would say like I did. I waited 1 year, but if I waited like 2 or 3, things would be. I would be much more happy with the course of my release career. You know,
yeah. No, I get it. It's because,
but it changes from
of
person to
course,
person. So in the end, fuck it, do whatever you
yeah.
want.
Just at least in my opinion. Okay, this is just my opinion. It has zero value. Okay, in a way. Find music or do music that you find it's your own expression. Okay, it is what you want to express to other people. Find your own voice. Find your own sounds. It might sound different than anybody else. You might think that that shit doesn't work. That shit is too crazy to be put outside on a release, and maybe nobody's gonna play. That's a good thing. When you think that, okay, it's normally it means that you are onto something of your own self, okay, and that's what is the added value of finding your own voice. It's much more important to have your own voice than going into ultra quality THX sound, double surround stereo shit. I don't know, dude. I'm coming up with things, but find your own voice. I think that's the point where you when one should be more comfortable. I would say,
Yeah.
find your own voice. So yeah, another one for you, Artur. Of course, this is about you. This is not about me at all. For Nørbak from Lapau, did you find it hard getting your early release out? Would you have any advice for sending stuff to labels?
Yeah. My the problem was actually again it was too easy, you know,
It's fucking easy, yeah.
because the label wasn't that. I don't
That
know. It's
demanding,
hard to.
that demanding, yeah.
Yeah, the label wasn't that demanding, you know. But the best advice I can give you is that be honest about the way you approach the labels and have patience. Patience is key. Even today, for me, patience is key. You know, if I show some music and I have to wait a bit or something, you know, lately I don't send demos, you know, but actually I this year I sent a demo to a label and I had to wait a bit, you know, wait a bit, and it was a reminder that I have to be patient and all that stuff, you know. So yeah, patience is key and be honest. Make sure your tracks are sounding as good as you can. They don't need to be mastered, of course.
They shouldn't be
They
mastered.
just have to be sorry.
They shouldn't be mastered at all.
Yeah, yeah, they don't need to be mastered and make them sound as good as possible. And yeah, yeah, the send yeah, and the styles between tracks try to make them fit together, you know, and that's it. The
Yeah.
vibe has to fit together. So yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You just have to be patient and try to do a proper demo. And yeah, one thing that I learned a bit later is that, I mean, if you want to to release an EP on a label and you send a demo, don't just send a 4 track
Yeah.
demo. Send like a 10 track demo or something. Even for myself, I have Ace, the label, and it's always nice to hear more music, to have some more options. Yeah, I don't like to listen to demos that I want to release an EP. Here you have 3 or 4 tracks. That's not really nice,
Yeah.
because you don't have many options, and it's hard to see how consistent the artist is. So yeah, try to send as much music that you are happy with possible in a playlist, and yeah, be honest about it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
tell what you think, and you can even tell a bit about the concept or something special you have to say, and yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like the most important thing is, and here I talk well also as label experience, as owning a label, and you too. The most important thing when you want to listen or when you get demos out of an artist, uh, we don't care much about the this the final quality of the mix in it in a way, but it is super good to have tons of choices. Also, mainly to know a little bit more of the artist, like where does this guy
Yeah,
goes around, what
yeah,
does this guy do, how diverse is he doing things, because in the end, and this is something that I follow, I keep following, and you guys do it on Haze as well a little bit. Sometimes it's just not only about the music itself, it's also about the person on the other side. Like
yeah.
when I had Reactivate, my old label, which, well, it's not dead, it's on hiatus, let's put it this way. Our main goal was, first of all, okay, music should be cool and different and have tons of choices. But secondly, we all did this question: would I go out and have a beer with this guy? We did this. We kind of talked with the guy behind the music to just understand a little bit, like, who is this guy? What does this guy do? How does this guy think? Blah 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 blah. And that's some kind of a cool thing, because
Yeah.
a little bit like in Haze,
Your music can be great, but if you are a shitty person,
yeah,
forget
it's
about it.
forget about it.
Like,
And people sometimes and wonder, how does this label has so many good artists that keep releasing there and after label EP after EP? It's because in the end, they get to know, once again, let's go into the community talk and all that shit. Because in the end, they kind of bonded and they kind of became friends, and their mindsets and their goals are kind of connected,
yeah, yeah,
and it is obvious that in a social world, that we live in a social world, uh, you will prefer to give a chance to someone who's nice and hardworking than to give a chance to a cunt, and just because he has insane music. Like Reactivate, we always did that, and the main thing that made Reactivate successful at his own time, it's because we kind of had a family. Just what happened in Hayes. In Hayes, most of, like, Franz Jaeger, for example, he became your friends,
yeah,
friends of yours.
yeah. For example, yeah.
Yeah, so
Uh, yeah, I was saying an artist that's going to release soon, but I can't
you
say it.
can't.
So
So yeah, but that's the thing. Like, most importantly, and this is what sustains a label and sustains the also boosts quality and boosts consistency, is because it's people that you also are able to bond with them and have conversations with them, and create something solid in that group. And of course, it's not closed. It's the door is always open if you are just a normal, regular,
yeah,
nice
if you
person.
are, as I said before, and I will always say, if you are honest with your shit, you just have to be totally honest with your thing, and
Yeah, Yeah,
Someone, if I can see that someone is honest, someone really loves music and all that stuff, man, and your music is good, man, come abroad, you know. But if you make like fantastic tunes and you are like a super shitty human being, like
yeah.
fuck you, you know. There is so many shitty people out there. You don't need to be another one that promotes them. So yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. That's the thing. Nobody wants to be friend with a fucking prick. Like nobody wants to be with a prick, man. Like uh, it is what it is.
Yeah,
And if you start bringing those kind of personalities inside your own label, which is a little bit your own community, it will get tainted. It will get toxic because that dude
yeah.
is shit, and everybody will be like, um, oh yeah, like we did this release, the music is good, but the guy's a fucking cunt, man. Like we don't want this guy
Yeah.
anymore, and
And
everybody gets
that's one
sad.
of the hardest things about having a label, you
Yeah.
know, especially when we do VAs and all that stuff. That and we are talking about it more lately, you know, because we sometimes open the label to people that we don't really know.
Yeah.
We had a situation that we knew that the guy was like a super asshole to women, and we had to cancel a track from him.
I bet I
And
know who he is. But yeah, keep on.
probably,
I know who he
probably,
is. Yeah.
and it was a really strange situation, you know, because we should have researched more about the guy, you know. And nowadays we ask for references, you know, to people
Yeah.
from their country and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever country it is, I ask some friend that I have there that I trust and
Yeah.
ask him, do you know this guy? Do you know if he's a nice guy or something? You know, nowadays since that incident that
Yeah.
didn't happen obviously because we canceled the track, we ask everyone that we can about the person
Yeah.
and if he's a nice guy
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
It has to be done.
So yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, it has to be done.
That's the hardest part lately that we have with our label, because we really want to have new talents. Actually, we really prefer new talents than already established artists. You know, it's because we have always a nice surprise during the year, like
Yeah.
signing an EP from a guy that nobody knows, and the guy does fucking amazing music. You know, and it's a super nice human being and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to be careful about all that stuff as well, you know,
Yeah.
because we don't want to promote shitty people. And until now, everyone that released on Ace, we kept a really good relationship with, and they are all fantastic human beings.
Yeah.
And that's the best part of having a label, you know. It's like get to know amazing people, amazing, passionate, talented people, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it has been a nice experience in the last couple of years with that. Yeah.
It is, dude. It is. It is, and that's the way it was the same thing that we did in Reactivate back in 2012. Like it is not doubting the person. It's not like I don't trust you. No, it's just like, dude, who are you? Who are you? Who's the guy behind the keyboard and the emails? And that for us was the key for success. Like and you know this, like you knew Reactivate well enough. Like we always wanted to bring new people in, sometimes mix a little bit more established guys. But what we really wanted was to create
Yeah, it's nice to have that balance, you know.
of
It's always
course,
nice to
it
have
is good.
people you admire to
Yeah,
your own label, you know.
it is
It's
good. Yeah,
always nice.
but the key thing is it's exactly that. Like it is knowing more about the person behind it, and I think that nowadays, since when I started, releasing a track was not that easy at all. And nowadays you can release a track, uh, if not by yourself, okay, but like a label. There's always tons of options. People who don't have a filter
Yeah.
or don't have anything that release your music, and people think, oh, because I don't have any success on this label because people don't care, or I spend money doing marketing and shit. I think that the key point people are missing is, dude, you're not building anything special. You are just a medium to output files in the internet. That's the thing.
Yeah,
As much as the music might be good, okay, whatever, you don't have an identity at all. And I think more and more, and especially after this 2020, people started to care a little bit more much about identity, community, making part of something,
yeah,
which kind of disappeared for many times. Like, people were like, "Yeah, like fuck, I care, like just keep it on." But now, no, now you see that people do start to take a little bit more interest in understanding what surrounds that group of people. Why are they so? Why is their music always cool? What do they do? Why is the people so similar in a way? How do you find those guys? And that's, in my opinion, it's all about bonding with people, understanding who people is, and see where they want to go, and see if you can help them, and if they can help you as well, and if they're nice, cool people, why
yeah,
not give them a chance? And that's the thing, give them a chance. I do believe in giving anyone a chance, as long as they, of course, are entitled to that. And maybe and that person, in the future, will say and think, those guys gave me thanks, decoder. Those guys gave me my first chance, and now I'm here because of them. And you always be family to them. That's the thing. And people
yeah,
seem like not to care much about. Well, more and more they care about this, but for many years they didn't care much about it. Like,
yeah, yeah. And that gives me great joy, to have talents like Yuval, like Fergus Sweetland and
yeah,
all
Fergus,
the
yeah,
VHS, the Portuguese guy, like guys releasing their first EP, and now we are friends. We talk. I don't know. We don't talk like on a daily basis, but we talk like a weekly, monthly basis.
yeah, no, but he created something. There is a connection. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I think music should come as well from a personal connection. Not just okay, I like your music, I'm going to sign it, blah blah blah.
yeah, that's it.
I think it's always nice to have that personal connection and get to know a bit each other. It's always nice because those relationships last.
Yeah,
Uh, whether you, and if you just release an EP on a label that you don't know who is the owner, what is their interests or anything,
yeah,
you kind of get lost. They
totally.
don't care about you, you don't care about them.
Yeah, and we all and
That's why,
yeah,
yeah, at the moment I'm very happy when it comes to that, because every label that I release on, I keep uh, contact with the owners, not just because of music. We
yeah,
talk about like random shit or something,
yeah. No,
and
dude.
that's nice, yeah.
At any point in someone's career or journey, whatever you want to call it, we had those bad experiences, which we said, I don't want to I don't want to release anything else like this experience. You had that, I had that,
Yeah,
and with that we learn. So the key thing here is, keep walking our journey, learn with our mistakes, and try to improve on that thing. I think that's it. So
yeah, simple as that.
let's see what people are saying about modular. Well, modular, they have Insign, their label,
Yeah,
and as far as I know, Bruno, one of the guys, they are working a ton real life. So a little bit less time in music right now, I think, right?
yeah, they're
And
not releasing much, but
yeah,
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 really nice guys, really nice
yeah.
guys. I met I met them both actually, but the one that I talked more
It's Bruno.
with was
Yeah,
Bruno.
like me. The other one, I never. I don't think.
Yeah, I talked with him.
Yeah,
I talked with him a couple of times as
yeah.
well. Actually, last time I saw Oscar Molero was at Gar, and I was with him. I went alone because no one wanted to go with me. You
Yeah.
don't, you didn't want to go with me, your cunt. So I went
True,
alone,
true,
like fuck it. I
true.
want to see a all night set from Oscar Molero, and he was there, and I was there with him and his girlfriend, and it was a very
Yeah.
nice evening indeed. Yeah, but really nice guys, really talented
Yeah, I just
people.
think, yeah,
Yeah,
I just think that they're taking a little more time into real life work
yeah,
than
yeah,
properly doing music. But they are keeping their label Insign going on. Like Standard
active.
released
Yeah,
their like
yeah,
what
they are releasing a lot there
Standard you
and
released
cool
like they're like
music.
3 months 3 months ago 4 months ago. Yeah, for example,
Yeah,
Standard. Yeah,
yeah, around
so
that.
they
Yeah.
are they are going they keep going with the label at least, but that's normal. People sometimes do need to
Yeah,
take
and they are
a
two
pause.
guys and two
Yeah,
guys that work
it's
and
more
all that stuff.
difficult.
It's hard to coordinate, but yeah, the project is still alive and going,
Yeah.
and I'm
Mm,
sure that like tomorrow or a month or
for sure.
some month or in a couple of months they will release like a bomb EP like they always do, and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. I didn't say no to Oscar Mulero. I'm just old. Okay, I'm old. I like to be at home. No, at the time I don't know why. Actually, I don't remember why I didn't go with you.
I don't remember as well, but yeah.
I think. Oh, I know why. Because if I went there with you, it had to be very soon, like early. And early you went to see Oscar outside of Gar, and I said I'm not gonna go there for just 1 hour and then go away, dude,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I had to wake up
yeah,
really early. So let's
yeah.
see. Music. Okay, Cedric, what's your favorite release of the past year? Dude, honestly, I don't even remember what came out yesterday for last year.
Yeah,
Um,
don't ask Gustavo memory questions because he's worse than shit about that.
I can only mesmerize cover art. But there's something. Look, you're 23. I'll give you in your 28, 27. We'll talk
Yeah, I'm
about this
getting
thing
there.
again.
Now I forget some stuff sometimes. I'm understanding what you meant like 2 years ago or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I'm getting there. Yeah.
And I know some people here in the chat that I already discussed this. I'm not alone on this shit. But Cedric, I like on the top of my head. Fuck. One release that I really liked a lot. If I remember, no, but it's not last year. Shit. It was the no. It was not last year. Fuck. Oh, I know. Um, there was a super nice compilation. Was it last year? The Downwards compilation? No,
I don't think so.
no,
I don't think
2019.
so.
Shit.
Yeah.
Look,
But last year Reggie's released and
yeah,
it's not really a new
a
album,
new
but yeah.
album. No, but fuck. I can. Shit.
Yeah, for me, he doesn't remember shit, so I will just tell my
Yeah, go
side.
go.
For me, it was actually the album from Divide on Ace. That album really nice music. Really, I really love it. Yeah, probably my favorite release from last year. And
No.
I was about to say Jonas Kopp, the last album
Oh
that
yeah,
he released.
that shit was super good. Yeah, yeah. That album.
Yeah.
I think I
Well,
managed to
between
play.
Divide album and Jonas Kopp album on Axis, I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
between them both,
I think I played that
super
shit.
cool stuff.
I think I just not played the ambient 2 minute tracks, but I think I managed to play all the album through my podcasts. Oh,
Cool.
look, I'm gonna do something much easier, okay?
In
Which
the
is
covers on your record box.
no, but what I'm gonna do, it's like artists that amazed me last year with their own releases, okay, that I play throughout the year, okay. It's much easier for me to do this way. So we have, I will say, from Spain, or PACA,
Okay,
PWCCA.
yeah.
Uh,
Amazing stuff from
Always
that guy.
consistent. It was super consistent on the things
He has
he
like a
released.
new EP every week or something,
Yeah, is
and it's always good stuff. Always good
it's the
stuff.
only guy that I know that is managed to be worse than me in terms of releasing shit like all the time. So props to Jose. Jose, props to you because you managed to get more releases than I every month. Um, when one release that I that one artist that I actually got super surprised about because I never was into his sound at all uh, was De Niro, the Coachella track.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, it's like
Actually, my favorite single track from last year is probably the one that's called Coachella, I think.
Coachella. Yeah, yeah,
That one that has a Stanislav Tolkachev vibe, but with simple
yeah,
elements.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's that one. Probably the my favorite single track from last year. Yeah,
yeah.
really, really
Like, and
nice
that's the
EP.
thing. I never was into De Niro sound because it was more melodic. I don't know, dude. Like it was not my taste. But that Coachella, yeah, he's a good actor as well, Vorman. But but at the same time, I really like that one. Uh, also some other guys that I always liked. I always like what they do, and they are well. It's not because they're friends to me, but the crime as a service guys from Spain as well. I really dig what they do. For some
Yeah, they
reason,
were a nice surprise last year. In
yeah,
fact, yeah.
for some reason the things that they do, I really dig a lot what they do. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It just it is what it is. And yeah, like those were my surprises to me. But honestly, it's maybe I have to do that. I have to go into all my podcasts from last year, and see who were the guys that I played the most. Oh, I remember one release, but that's because I'm a little bit of a fan groupie. Sleep Archive, Water Circle, Wood release. Remember that one?
Yeah, I'm not sure if
It was this year.
it was this year the
Yeah,
album on Treasure.
yeah, with Water, Wood, uh, well, names like this. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
this.
but
It
that
was this
album
year.
was really nice. Yeah,
It was this year. But I'm a sucker for
more
Sleep
Mills
Archive.
inspired stuff, but
Yeah,
yeah, really nice. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm a sucker
Yeah, one
for Sleep
album that
Archive.
really impressed me a lot as well was from the Italian guy Conceptual. It's like super weird music. It's not like super dance floor focused music. It's more experimental and yeah, different stuff, but super
Yeah,
interesting stuff as well.
it is.
On Oscar Molero label, Warm Up Recording. If you guys want to check it, yeah, it's worth a check because
Yeah,
it's really interesting stuff. Super interesting stuff.
yeah. I have mixed feelings, and I'm being honest here. It's about taste, not about production. Yeah, but it's an interesting work. It is different than the things that are being made out there. So I also think it deserves a big chance out there because in this sea of always the same shit,
Yeah,
it's something good.
he
It's a
dares
different
to
approach.
do
Yeah,
something
it's a different
different
approach.
and he's brave to the
Yeah,
point of doing something different.
something different. Yeah, and going forward
Something
with that.
that's actually different, like
True.
it's not like adapting old sounds to new and it's the new different. It's really something new
No,
in
that's
in
it.
my taste,
That's it. It is a guy
So
who's doing his he's doing his own thing,
it's
and
not an easy sound, it's not
no, it
an
is not.
easy
It is not.
it's
It
not
is
an
not.
easy sound, but it's something that you can see that a lot of work and love was put into it. So
Yeah,
yeah, I really respect that. And he doesn't want to follow trends. He doesn't really give a fuck if music is getting faster or slower. If he wants to do like a track at 138 or
yeah,
something, he does. And if
yeah,
he wants to do a track at 120, he does. And they all have love and they all have an honest intention,
yeah,
So yeah, I admire that a lot. And yeah, and
yeah,
actually, really nice guy. I talk with him almost every day, and he's a super
yeah.
nice guy.
And
We actually made some music together, and yeah.
nice. To finish this music conversation, the last guy from this year that I really got surprised, and I think he has he will have a successful career out for him. It's a Linear System, Adrian. You know,
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
yeah,
I was about to say is there Elias?
Hattori Hanzo Linear
Okay,
System.
I
Yeah,
was about to say it,
yeah,
but I
same dude.
didn't want to
Adrian,
to say.
Or Adrien. He's a dude to check because he's super consistent. He's super consistent on his work. He managed to grab quite big labels to release his music there. And what I enjoy about what he's doing is he's not inventing the wheel at all, but he has his own proper sound. You know, he has his own thing in a genre that is well known out there, but he managed to get his own voice there. So I kind of like it. I think Linear System and Paka might be the two guys that I played more releases this year. Actually, because they were also releasing a ton of shit during this year as well, so it kind of ends up being
Yeah.
tied in a way. But yeah, and then there's some other stuff that I've been listening. Like well, for me, I know you hated the movie. I liked the movie, but the Soul from Disney Pixar soundtrack from Trent Reznor and Atticus. I kind of liked it, the OST. The movie, it's discussable for sure, but I like what they did there much more than
Yeah, the
what they did in
soundtrack,
Mank.
of course, it's super tight, but yeah,
Yeah, much more what they did in
let's
Mank.
not talk about the movie.
Yeah, the movie, it's like it's discussable, it's taste, but the music there, I kind of liked it. So let's see more things. Okay. Thank you, Robin, for being a big surprise to you. You too, man. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's see. Well, people praising conceptual, yes. Um, suc successful. Okay, Cedric. Yeah, success. Atari Hanzo.
It's a hard word to write and even harder to say. I'm not even going to try to say it.
Oh, okay.
If you're Portuguese, it's a bit hard, and if you have, yeah, like I have some problems saying certain English words.
Yeah.
That word, for example, for me, it's almost impossible. So I'm not even going to try it.
Well, one has to do it. Oh, nice question by Cedric. For you, Artur. What are your goals, dreams for the future? Post COVID, what would you really like to do? Hmm.
So my goals is to sign new artists, continue to sign new artists on A's, like making A's some something similar to what Jeff Mills is making with Axis.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just a label;
Yeah.
it's um, it's like an art association or something. We want
A
to
community.
promote community. Yeah, we want to promote music, of course, that will always be the main thing, but we want to promote other forms of art, like with our artworks and with like experimental sound for example, in a showcase, have a room dedicated to like a sound journey or something.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do that for the label, and but yeah, it takes time and a lot of other things outside our hands as well. So yeah, but we will keep pushing the label to do different stuff and to make to make it something bigger than just a music label.
Yeah.
For myself, I don't know, man. I just want to keep releasing music and visit the world. I'm really looking forward to. I fuck, my phone is
It's okay,
making
dude.
this. I want to keep releasing music and visit countries that I really wanted to visit since I was a child, like South America and Russia and all those places. I really want to visit those places with my music, show my music to the people and offer something. to them. And that's about it. It's a simple thing. I think I'm not super ambitious, And yeah, in the far longer future, I want to do stuff to help new artists, like I don't know one day if I retire or something. I don't know if that's even a concept in electronic music. You don't really retire ever. So, but if that one day happens, I want to like give advice to new talents and all that stuff. That's my dream, to one day if I have a position that I'm comfortable with and I can share some knowledge. If that one day happens, I might get stuck where I am or something. And yeah, if that point reaches one day, I want to help new talents and give them some advice on how to do things properly and don't make the mistakes that I made, probably. And yeah, I'm basically focused a bit more on the bigger picture and leaving behind something that actually has some weight, than myself. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing to do, man. And as you know, like I think we okay, not everybody has this mindset, and not everybody needs to do this with their lives. But I think that giving back to someone, to a group of people, same thing that I'm doing with the Discord community. I think in the end has kind of fulfills you in, gives you a sense of purpose as well, and at least
Yeah,
to me,
that's it.
and I think also
That's it.
also to
It's not
you.
pure. It's not pure altruism.
Yeah,
Pure altruism doesn't exist.
yeah, yeah,
It's an impossible concept.
yeah,
You always expect something, even if it is simple as you are happy that you helped someone. It made you happy to help someone. So yeah, that's a nice goal and dream to keep. To make things go further than our lives. So
yeah. That's it. And I think that's. I hope that for 2021, more and more people will think this way, and I hope actually people
I think
start
it's
to give
getting there actually.
more or less
Slowly, but it's getting there,
slowly, but I hope that really people start to understand more, and care more about these kind of things, than just properly think about themselves. There's a whole world to explore in music. There's a whole world of people coming and going. There's a lot of stuff that we can do, and we can cherish and help. And man, the thing that makes me happier, much more than releasing my music and seeing people playing my music. But this is me, of course. It's like seeing that I helped someone achieve a goal, and now he's going further on. It gives like, yeah, dude, I was able to boost this guy, or was able to give him a hand to go forward, and now he's doing well, man. And that for me fulfills me. I don't know why. Well, everybody has their own shit, of course, but yeah, man, I think
maybe because in some point in your life someone did this to you, not with music, maybe some other shit, like they gave something to you that it helped you a lot. It probably can only be just an advice or something, something simple, but probably it shaped the way you think about things. To
yeah.
me it was like that a bit. I had people that gave me so many good ideas for my life that I want to do the same, but I do it in music. So yeah.
Yeah, that's basically that's basically it, man. At least for me as well. So let's see more questions we have here. Such questions, okay. I think Lapa had a question over here. Let me Let me see.
It's so
Okay,
weird to see people actually asking stuff, you know.
dude, it's normal. Like people take interest on other people's interests, so it's normal.
But
And to be honest, like you release on very good labels, and you manage to get very good music out there. So it's normal that people who also aspire to go ahead on their career or their journey, if they have the chance to ask someone who's willing to openly answer them, it's super good, man. So it is normal. Think it that way. It's
thank you
normal,
for
man.
the nice compliment as
No,
well.
it is what it
So
is, man. Like I will do the same. Like if I had the chance to speak with Regis,
looks later,
yeah,
or
or
look,
looks
yeah.
later, but maybe more Regis in a way, because Carl has something that intrigues me. I will do it, of course, but that's it's the same with everybody. So let's see what Lapau asked. Production wise, is there anything you know now that you wish you knew when you started? Oh, everything, man. I wish I knew everything now
Yeah.
when I had 17 or whatever. That's basically that question, man. Lapau, I wish I was 16 again and knowing the shit that I know with 33. So um
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit into
I
that
don't
thing.
know. I can answer one thing. Amongst the many stuff that I wish I would know, I think it's playing with the stereo field. You know, that's
Oh yeah.
probably the biggest one.
Well,
I would say.
you have well, Robin over here is a friend from the past, not this the past release I did on ATD. Robin, for example, he did a lot of 5.1 things in his life.
Really,
Yeah,
that's
so
super nice.
you can ask
Yeah.
Robin how can one approach the surround and stereo things in
Yeah.
music, live, whatever that is. Um, so yeah. But yeah, like I think that's
And there are some other stuff that I know now that I didn't know back then because it was uh, mo- myself as well, but more uh, technical and physical problems with the equipment that I had. For example, I started producing with these ones, the HD 25s, and the eyes here are like super high, like stupidly high. You know,
yeah, I know. I had them.
this hurts your brain, so it's not good for you. And I always, because of them, I always put the highs a bit lower in the mix, and I cutted some high frequencies with the cues and all that stuff that I didn't have to, you know.
Yeah,
But it was because of my equipment, not because I didn't know. It was the way I was
yeah,
perceiving the sounds that I was making.
yeah,
So yeah, and recently I changed to these ones, the new ones, and that really opened my high frequency knowledge, you know, and the way how to properly work with the high frequency part of things.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I hate those headphones. It was my first pair of headphones, the pro headphones. I still have them. They are somewhere over here, but they're not good for production. Honestly, sorry to say this, but get better phones. Get some DT
yeah,
770 Pros or
these
whatever.
are not good at all for production.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah.
So there was a question back then from Mario, aka Silencio. There is a good question, but I'm gonna develop a little bit more. He was asking what was our approach to music production. Basically, let me read. Like if we already have an idea, or we keep on exploring the things that we are doing. Um, I think it's a mix of both in my case. For example, for me,
Brazil.
movies. Yeah, for me, movies, images, TV shows, and video games are a big part of my inspiration to do music. Mainly because I somewhat transformed those feelings in my own feelings and then my feelings onto music. But I like to do both ways. I like to go into the exploration part, happy accidents. But I also like to approach things with a framework, a set of rules. Like I want to have this, this, and that, and then go from this. But I don't know. How about you, Artur? How do you do it? Like,
Uh, Usually, lately, I have like a preconceived idea of what I want to do. Like, if I want to do like a broken rhythm, or if I want to do like a, I don't know, like a loopy, Reggie style, like fucked up thing, you know. I always have a preconceived idea lately of what I want to do, and most of the times I can actually do it, but sometimes things come off just naturally. Like, for example, a month ago or something, I saw the movie Possessor, which is actually very good. If you guys want to check it, it's worth the while.
I don't know if I saw it.
And as soon as I finished to see the movie, I went straight back to the studio and did some weird experimental shit, you know. So yeah, it's a very unpredictable process. This whole making music thing, it can come in different ways. Sometimes I open Ableton because I install like a new VST and I start playing with it and do some weird stuff, and then I put a kick and it goes.
No,
So yeah,
I think the most important
but
part.
lately, yeah, to answer
Yeah,
your question, lately, yeah, I have an idea, you know, like a track I want to do, and I do it. So
yeah. I think the most important aspect about all of this, I think you can even use both, like go with a preconceived idea and also explore while you have this idea. I think you can do both at the same time, and that's a good thing.
yeah, and most of the times,
It's what I
most of the
do as well.
times, before, when I was like not knowing really what I was doing, you know,
Yeah,
I was like, I want to do a track like this, and the final result was completely different, you know. Now I'm getting more disciplined. Like, I want to do a broken rhythm track, I will finish a broken rhythm track, you know. I will
yeah.
not get distracted, I will not end up making ambient or something, you know. So yeah, I really have to finish this.
Yeah,
It's not because I really want to release a broken rhythm track, it's more to have that discipline, you know. Like, I need to teach myself how to do things that I don't know how to
it's an
do, you know.
exercise.
So
It's an
yeah.
exercise. I think the way, and you know me very well on this. I think everyone has their own way of doing things. The most important thing is to complete projects. It's to do projects, put things, complete
Yeah.
things. That's the most important thing. But for example, um, I I I for some reason when I see inspiring movies or TV shows, especially that if they have great soundtracks or great moods around, I come immediately to the gear and start exploring ideas based on that. Like concepts like, oh, I want really like a dark muddy moldy cave ambience, but like banging shit, and I try to follow that path. But at the same time I also let things sometimes flow, like just go see where this goes. um and it's quite funny because I feel that when you even if you don't know, and Cedric was on the chat, will well, he will kill me for saying this for sure because he does soundtrack music. Even if you don't know how to play the piano or know your music theory 100% or so, but if you know how to express some ideas, I had great fun on trying to express yeah feelings or sentiments through things that I learned with production, um, and try to express those things and then add up like a beat and stuff like that. I've been enjoying doing that, like just for the fun. Like, okay, I wanted this to be a sad composition. I don't know. Well, I know some tiny weeny music theory thing, But I know how to achieve such things in the end. But then trying to discover how to complement that sound, I've been having great fun. And the less I think about it, when I'm like when you enter the zone, like okay, you are outside, right, starting to do music, and then you enter on the zone, like you're completely on the zone with the music,
Yeah.
and then you just lose yourself. It's when I have more fun and more success in the end, with the tracks that I've been doing. So I don't know, but most of all, the key thing, and I sometimes don't do this, is don't keep all the time doing music. Go out. Well, go out, go out. 2020, a little bit hard. Um,
No,
well,
but go play some video game or
go play video
something.
games. Go watch
But I
movies.
had to teach you this because you were at a point where you were
Yeah,
getting like obsessed and
yeah,
making a lot of music,
yeah,
and you were not very happy with your music, and you were like, ah, fuck, I can make music. And I was like,
yeah,
buy a PlayStation, play all
yeah,
the Sony games, and fuck
yeah,
you for a
yeah.
month.
I did it, and it kind
And
of worked. Yeah, but
and it worked because after that moment you started doing like super next level shit,
and
you know.
and
So
and funny shit. I was talking this today. I think it was with Standard. I think today and last week. I'm reaching that point. I'm already. I know that I'm reaching that point. I'm like, shit. I'm not being able to do the things that I want to do. I have some video games to play here. Cyberpunk is a mess, so fuck Cyberpunk right
yeah,
now. But I still have old shit to play. But from in my head, maybe because of I don't know, maybe because of things of real life in a way, like my real life job in a way. Let's put it this way. I'm used to be always productive and always having to produce. That this mindset is sometimes cool, but at the same time, it's a fucking a knife on the heart because it will make you have shitty decisions in a way. So yeah, it's super important to sometimes or many times get out of the zone, uh, play games, see movies, sleep, go run, eat
for me
more. You
lately
know,
has been seeing movies. Really, seeing movies has been a really nice
or me, it's TV shows, man. Me, it's TV
break
shows.
from making music. You know.
Yeah, I've seen between yesterday and today, but that's because well, my wife woke me up at 7 a.m. I seen Cobra Kai today, man. Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Ah, fuck! I have to see it.
I
Yeah, yeah.
I'm from the 80s 90s, so Karate Kid is has some value. So yeah, but okay, those kind of things might sound stupid in a way. Like how
But
is
they work. They work. If you are frustrated with your music and you are reaching a point where you can't get anything working, they really work. I really think so. You know.
yeah, look, but that's the thing, like even Cobra Kai has nothing to do with the music we do or anything, um,
Sometimes
but it
it's not
helps.
really about finding inspiration. It's just
It's just zoning
disconnecting
off. It's just
from. Yeah,
zoning off
yeah,
completely. And now there's a cool thing that I got an email today from Netflix that I want to see. I think it's from the guys who have the Headspace app on iOS and Google Play. Uh, I think they made a mini series, a mini TV show
yeah, yeah.
about meditation. I'm gonna check that shit, man, because I've always been intrigued about meditation. I experimented their app like many years ago, but yeah, I'm gonna see that thing and see
It's a
what.
free app, or I didn't even
Well,
know that was an app. To be honest,
it
I
is
saw that stuff on
freemium.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's
I
freemium.
saw. Okay, yeah.
It's freemium. And finally, I went to see Song Exploder that you told me, but I
Ah, with the Trent
Trent
Reznor
Reznor.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I only saw Trent Reznor. I didn't want to see Dua Lipa. Sorry, dude, but
yeah. I saw everything. Yeah, it's actually interesting. You know, the musical differences between her,
yeah,
for example,
yeah,
and us are huge,
yeah, dude.
huge, huge, huge,
Like,
huge.
yeah,
But I mean, the places where music comes from, it's all very similar. You know, that's why I kind of like to see where music comes from in the other people's eyes. You know, maybe it's something fucked up that happened in their life or wherever, you
Yeah,
know.
no,
It's
yeah,
it's always an interesting process for
yeah,
me to see
yeah.
where their inspiration comes,
Oh,
you know.
wait.
More than the technical
See,
part of
technical
it.
aspect of things. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to know how a pop hit is
It's
done
done.
because
Yeah,
I don't have any interest in knowing that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Same
But
here.
the the philosophical questions behind the stuff and all that, I really like to know a bit about.
No,
So yeah, that's
no.
why I find that show really interesting. And
Well,
the time that I saw Trent Reznor, I was like, "Fuck, the perfect storm here," you
yeah.
know. And the Trent Reznor one was extra exciting and interesting because it didn't really dive in too much on the technical
No,
side of things,
it's zero
and
technical, zero technical.
with some other episodes that happens too much. I think, you
Yeah.
know, like the technical, really technical sounds. How
Mm.
did you put that snare to sound like this, or something like that, and the whole engineers working on that shit and blah blah blah, and how did you make the riff and all that
Yeah.
stuff. That's kind of interesting, but not really my cup of tea. You know,
Yeah.
as I said, I like to know the intentions behind the stuff, the music itself, and the Trent Reznor episode was 100% about that. You know, we, where did that
How did you come up
music
with
come
this?
from? You
Yeah.
know, the
Yeah.
in a place of anger, and you know that was super interesting and insightful. You
Yeah,
know.
no, I agree. Like, and I just, well, I'm a big
And
groupie.
even him acknowledging the Johnny Cash version and all that
Yeah,
stuff
of course.
was really
Yeah, of
nice.
course. And I was now reading the chat. It is funny because FRDM club, also a user from our Discord server and all. There is a Bonobo and John Hopkins song exploder that I didn't knew about it.
John
So
Hopkins.
yeah, FRDM. So Song Exploder have things outside Netflix as well, because for me it was completely new. Like I just acknowledged Sound Exploder via Netflix.
John Hopkins, at least on Netflix. I'm not sure if they have
Oh,
there.
it's podcasts. Oh, so they have podcasts.
Ah,
Okay, cool. Nice to
okay,
know. Nice to know. Yeah, because
okay.
Bono. Yeah,
Yeah, I will check. I will definitely
yeah, me
check that
too.
out. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank
Well,
you.
sorry for being an ignorant, but I never heard about Song Exploder actually until the Netflix thing.
Me neither. Me neither. So yeah,
Um,
nice.
that's something to shake for sure.
We'll definitely
Yeah,
check the John
yeah,
Hopkins one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. I
No, but
really like John Hopkins.
yeah, but lately there is not very good movies around. I find that.
You have to see, man. If you want to see good movies, talk with me because I'm always up to date with with good
But haven't I
movies.
seen that
You
one
have to
already?
see Another Round
Not
with Mads Mikkelsen, the
like
movie with Mads
n-
Mikkelsen.
another round. I think
Not that shit. Not that shit.
yeah, I'm writing it
And you
here.
have to see Possessor as well. And yeah, for now, these two, they are fantastic. Fantastic.
But I think I saw Possessor, man. I'm not sure, but who is that movie with?
Possessor,
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the actress, and it doesn't have many known actors or anything. But yeah, super nice movie. The concept behind the movie, it's not like a super easy movie, but super interesting in a way because it deals with some, you can say, yeah, I will not say anything, but you can interpret the movie in various different ways, and it's super interesting. But another one, it's like it's an easy film, you know, you can even see with your wife. It's nothing like it doesn't have any body horror or something like that, you know.
She
It's
digs
like
horror movies, so it's all cool.
but don't see Possessor with her. It's like super fucked up at times, yeah. But Another Round is a super friendly and easy movie that for me is the best from last year without a doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I should see a movie, but just for the fun. Like Robin saw it like in parts. The new Nicolas Cage movie called Jiu Jitsu, man. You have to see that shit, man. It's so bad. It's so bad that it's so good, man. No, I'm joking. It's a shitty movie. But no, and actually all the TV shows that I was seeing, they kind of ended. So like,
Yeah, I don't see many TV shows. I saw Mandalorian again
yeah,
from
Mandalorian.
start.
Yeah.
I saw, as I told you, I saw the first season, but I didn't really connect with the first season. Now I gave it another try and started seeing it from the beginning, and this time I fell in love. You know.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
I've thanks to these guys in the chat, I went to see The Wire, which I've seen it fully already. Um, it's
Fuck, I have to see it. A friend of mine told me that's super super good. Yeah.
yeah, it feels like the 5 seasons. It's uh almost like this. It's instead of being like each season a different thing. One can say that the 5 seasons it's basically the same case between 5 seasons, and it feels like real life. Even if we don't live in Baltimore, we know a little bit how things go in the neighborhoods in the U.S. And it kind of it doesn't feel like Hollywood shit, like it feels like no, it feels like this could happen in any neighborhood, like where there's drugs and violence problems, and it's super well written. The artists
Yeah,
are
I will check it out
yeah,
because many of my friends told me that that's really good, and now you saying that kind of gives me the click to see that,
yeah.
And despite besides that, yeah, I want to see a new show. I have still season 3 of Dark to see, but I'm waiting for the right time that I have enough energy.
Really, man, go see that shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I really love Dark. You know
I
that I
know,
really
I
love
know,
Dark.
I know.
I really, really love Dark, but I don't. I love that series too much. I love that show too much to see it like a bit distracted, or that I have to think about some other thing I have to do for the label or myself
No,
or
go see that
whatever.
shit, man.
I need to be completely into the show. Like,
Well, yeah.
so I
First,
have to wait
yeah.
for the right time to see
Well,
the new, not that
well,
new
the
now, but
completed no, because the first thing is since it's in German and I don't speak German. Well, I understand a little bit of German, but not enough to hear it. Like
yeah, I
if you
understand a bit
lose,
as well, but
if you
it's not
lose
enough.
like 1 minute, you're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck happened in this show, man? Like, why is this guy now here, and what is this shit? And another TV show that I liked a lot to see this year, then that I was super I wasn't expecting that. It's Gangs of London as well. It is more action based in a way, but still like crime series, but super well written. I don't know, man. It is. Uh,
I saw some stuff about that. It seems like a Peaky Blinders ripoff in a way.
no,
So
no, no. It is not. It is kind of different. Totally different in a way. But it's about
yeah, I don't know because I never saw it, but it looks a bit like
no,
a
it's
Peaky
crime
Blinders
as well.
ripoff.
No, it's crime
Yeah.
as well, but it's set up on our age, so to say. But it
Oh,
is
really? Okay.
yes, it passes around like 2019, 2020, whatever. 20 no, but 2018. Okay, 19. But it's a cool thing, and of course, yeah, Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Which yeah, I told you like go see that shit again, and it's actually better than the fucking
Yeah.
movies.
What the
Fucking
fuck?
shitty
Much better.
movies.
You
Yeah,
know.
fucking shitty movies. So yeah, so
I'm
I
really interested in seeing what they are going to do now, what path the show is taking, because I don't really know what they can do. But yeah, looking forward
no
to
yeah
see.
sometimes I think about should I subscribe to Disney Plus, and sometimes I say no, fuck this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But at the same time I'm like yeah, fuck it. I don't need it.
No, maybe
But
when they start releasing the new shows and all that stuff, and the Star Wars stuff and the Marvel stuff and all that stuff, maybe I will get into Disney Plus. But
yeah,
yeah,
but no, for
for
for now
for
I'm
the
happy.
moment, there's nothing that really that makes me
Yeah.
buying the subscription. But I think in 2 3 years, Disney Plus will be the main thing,
Yeah,
probably.
I also think so.
I
There's
mean, it's Disney. Disney, I don't know, like probably they will go crazy and buy Netflix or something. They probably are thinking some way of doing that or
yeah,
making a partnership with Netflix. They want to control everything. So yeah.
yeah, they're always going to crazy shit that one cannot understand. So yeah, but but yeah, one there was here a nice question by FFOB. Not sure if this question has been answered, but do you guys have a studio routine, or you just go into the studio when inspired? I do have a routine, man. I try to come here every day, but not with like thanks Sander for following, but not with like I have to do something to put it out. No, I try to also to do either explore my gear, explore new techniques, try to learn new stuff, or just do music because I'm inspired to do music. But I don't I don't know if it's a routine, but I always try to come here at least 2 hours a day if I can, just to keep up. Uh, so I don't know. Call it a routine if you want to, man. But I try to do something every day. I don't know. You, Artur, do you have a routine?
Yeah, yeah, I have a fuck my cell phone
Oh, it's fine for me, man.
notifications. Yeah. Yeah, I have a routine. I wake up, yeah, like 9, 10 or something, and as early as possible, to be honest. And I come to the studio to check emails, you know,
Yeah,
later on to take care of some stuff from the label.
yeah,
In the afternoon, doing music if I'm inspired, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. In the after after dinner, probably I will play some video games or something. Yeah, it's a simple routine actually. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
But for example, if I'm like I had like a moment last month that I was like super inspired, and every day I woke up and made music, and even I took the laptop to my bed and was making music on the laptop while I was supposed to be sleeping. And I woke up and I was like, I will finish this track, and come to the studio and still working. I was like 3 or 4 or even 5 days, I can't remember, like doing this. I was like completely obsessed, not replying to anyone. I was like music, 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 and I did like 10 tracks or something.
I know. Like, but yeah, funny part. I tried. I've after
But it's
months.
very rare, actually. These moments are very rare. It's like, I don't know, like 2, 3 times a year or
Yeah,
something. But when they happen, it's like super nice.
yeah.
I make a lot of music.
Like, yeah, I feel what you're saying. Like, I sometimes also don't like to have a routine, but I failed miserably because, for example, I after many months, maybe 1 year, that not no, months that are not taking like the micro freak from Arturia. I decided for some reason because they have a new update with some stuff that interests me that I already said here and I shouldn't said what is coming up for the future. But I tried to take the micro freak into bed with me. Like it's portable, you can turn it in via USB. And I ended up sleeping all the time. Like, yeah, okay, let me see the new manual because it has new things. Okay, after 10 minutes I was dead. I was like, yeah, cool. So I am procrastinating a little bit in here because I'm like, yeah, I should have already explored this and I haven't done yet because I'm obsessed in finishing projects. I know I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm on that time. So one question more for you, Artur. How long does it take for Nørbak to finish a track in average?
You probably know it's super fast actually, but I think sometimes I skip important steps. But I know, I mean, the initial initial idea, the initial arrangement, and all that, I'm actually very quick in doing, but I can spend like I I mean I can do it like in 3 hours or something, but I can spend like many days working on si- small small details, you know, like on the arrangement. Maybe I can take the kick here for some steps and doing a break in the end or something, you know. Yeah, but the initial idea and the elements and all that stuff, it's very very fast. The arrangement details and maybe some of the mix, yeah, I can take more days. Yeah,
Like
but
when.
if I'm really
Mhm.
connecting with the track, like the time that I had, that moment that I had, that I made a lot of music and all that stuff. Actually, everything comes off in one go. You know, I finish the track like in 3 4 hours or even less, and everything is done and sounding decent. You know, because it's funny because when I feel really inspired, the things sound good. You know, I don't know why, but things sound good in the mix without much work. That's probably why I'm so inspired and quick in doing things. You know, but yeah, this whole music making process
Let me
is hard to explain and understand. You know,
let
it's
me
very unpredictable, and sometimes I can be, I don't know, a month without making music because every time I open Ableton, only shit comes out. You know, and I reached a point that when that happens, I just give up and I'm like, okay, I'm taking a month break or something, and yeah, fuck it. You
so
know, whenever I feel inspired, I do music. If I'm not feeling inspired, I'm not going to do music just to do a shitty track or something. You know, I want to make music that I'm really happy with, that I really want to play. You know, and yeah.
let
But
me
I'm constantly learning. You know, if you talk with me like 2 years ago or something, I probably would have said something different. So yeah,
let
learning every day.
let me make you a question based on upon this one that might be interesting for the people on the chat. Two things actually. So upon that, do you normally let tracks rest for a few days? And do you delete your shit that you don't like? You keep it for and do you keep it for the future? You don't. I think that might be interest for the chat to know a little bit more about this kind of flow in the process.
If I let it rest before hearing it again.
Like for example, like you did a track, okay, you did the arrangements, you put the details, you did the mix down, and then you just like do you leave it like let's say 3 days, and then you go listen and say, okay, now this is
No,
finished.
uh, probably I should do that, but actually I don't do that. I export,
Mm-hmm.
I put it on my SoundCloud, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for me to listen and maybe to show some friends.
Yeah.
And I listened like 3 days straight that track like 10 times a day or something,
Yeah.
you know. But it's more to have an idea what I want to change, you know. And in 3 days, if I want to change anything, I will know by then, you
Yeah.
know. And if not, if the track is sounding good and I wouldn't change anything on the arrangement or anything like that, it's because the track for me at least is done, you know.
Yeah.
If I'm and I put up on my SoundCloud as well to feel that if I'm proud to show this track to a friend, you know,
Yeah.
as well. And I hear it sometimes, and I'm like, okay, I'm confident that I can show this to a friend, and probably you will like. If I don't feel that, it's because the track is not good enough for me, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So so yeah. And the second question was,
Second
sorry.
question is like this might also be interest for the people
If
here.
I delete
If you
the
keep like shit that you don't like, or say, this might not be as good. Do
no,
you
I keep everything. I keep
okay?
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it happened many times that a bass project was super shit and it turned out to be like a super nice track
Yeah.
in a year or two when I learn new things and I know how to make, for example, that synth work, you
Yeah.
know, on a kick and all that stuff. It happens so many times, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, an EP that I just signed on the label that you know, but I can
Yeah.
tell.
I know.
You know,
I
you
know.
know what I'm talking
I
about,
know. I know.
right?
I know. I know.
Sorry, sorry, guys. the one of the tracks was a project that I had for like 2 years on my portable Mac,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and I opened it and I was like, ah, fuck yes. I don't know why, but this is working now,
It clicked. It just clicked. Like it clicked.
and it turned out to be really nice. And sometimes it's like really stupid things. Maybe the BPM was not working, and if you
Small
push
detail.
it up down a bit or if you speed it up a bit, maybe it works much better with a
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
Actually, with this track that I'm talking about, the bass project was like 125 or something, and it ended up like 137. you know
Yeah, I know. I know.
yeah,
I know the
fuck.
feeling.
two
But
years ago we were very slow with our music.
well, yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, I think we
I
both.
mean, actually, this year I released a remix that was at 115 BPM. So
Yeah, 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think you were like on the 128, 27. I was on the 130, 31. But yeah, like yeah, we changed a lot this past also, and in 2019 to 2000 and 2020. Yeah, we kind of speed up music. And I feel that. I think that everyone
yeah.
speed up a little bit music. So a nice question by Ivar. Norbak, you did some live acts. Do you want to keep doing them in the future?
That's a great question because I'm not really sure about it, but it's more a personal thing because I don't know. I really enjoy to do the live performances.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really enjoy, and the response from the crowd was always amazing, especially in this new live that I made for last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for last year.
Yeah, in Barcelona, for
Uh,
example. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The response was really nice from the crowd and the promoters, and everyone told me that it was sound very good. And for me personally, I was very happy with it. But that's not all, because I feel like because my in my life it's only in the box with Ableton. I had some problems like, okay, this is a live because in most of all this is music that wasn't released.
Mm-hmm.
There are some lives that people just put stems of music they
Yeah.
they did and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I never did that and I
Yeah.
will never do that,
That's
so
not.
fuck it.
That's not a live,
I
but
do
okay.
I do I do synths and all the parts just for the live
Yeah.
performance, and if I see that they work, I finish tracks with
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's all in the box and with Ableton and mostly stems, I feel like, okay, this is alive, but not really alive when you compare yourself to Karen or something,
Yeah.
completely the opposite. They are actually doing a proper real life with machines and all that stuff. I'm just putting together in the best way possible the stems that I have prepared or to this performance, which I had this conversation with Quartz,
Yeah.
and Irazu and
Yeah.
Conceptual when I was in Berlin. We were at Quartz Studio, and they changed my mind a bit on that because they said, if it makes you happy, if
Yeah,
it
dude.
works, if the people like,
Yeah.
just do it. You don't give a fuck about machines, don't give a fuck about what people think. Just do what you feel like.
Yeah.
If it's honest and if it's not tracks put together on a set and you call it live because you are doing on Ableton, because there are people doing that. If it's
Tons of
not that,
them.
if you
Tons
are
of them doing
doing,
that shit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, if you are doing like a live performance, like arranging everything live, be honest about it and do it. And
Yeah.
that's so I'm thinking about doing it again. Yeah, definitely,
No,
definitely,
dude.
especially that I made so much music in these last couple of
A couple
months and I
months. Yeah.
learned so much stuff, so much new stuff. I feel like the next live performance that I will make will be really what I imagined since the beginning.
Yeah. But dude.
And plus that I have now my first synth.
Yeah,
you know, I
an
can use it.
evolver. Yeah, no,
I
but
can use
you
it.
shouldn't feel bad about it because look, the main thing, like, okay, people who go into live, even with gear with them, because there are some, and you guys can find it very easy, that they arrive to the place, turn everything on, sorry, and then just press play, and it's MIDI clips and stems playing already arranged on a
Yeah,
timeline.
yeah.
That's not a fucking live. That's joking with people's money and people's interest in a way. But the way you're doing live, it's as valid as any other kind of live. The thing you're doing, you are building blocks, you are building tracks, you are building new ideas on the go live. That's also kind of live, dude. And if you feel good with that, and if
Yeah,
you manage,
man, I feel like
you
it's
should
very
go.
honest. I'm not lying to anyone here, you
Of
know, like
course, that's it.
like there are a lot of people lying with their lives, you know. I'm not lying to anyone. Everyone that asks me, I will tell them,
Yeah,
you know, the where my life is about, you know.
yeah.
So
You should
yeah,
keep doing it, man. Yeah, in my opinion,
yeah.
you should keep doing it because look,
But I will keep doing it for sure. Yeah, I just needed this time to think really about things. You know, I
yeah,
had my
improving.
doubts and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but I will do it. Especially the conversation that I had with Quartz, Irazu, and Conceptual in Barcelona. They really opened my eyes to it. You know, and even Quartz told me that he had the same problem with because he did live 2 times or something, and he was like, okay, thinking about stuff. If you really feels like this is alive or something, and we ended up agreeing that it is alive. You
it
know,
is alive,
if
dude.
you are honest with your shit, you
Yeah,
know, if you are preparing stuff specially for that moment for people to listen something special, it's honest and it's alive and it's nothing like pre-arranged or something. You know, it's
that's it.
you are working
That's it,
with the
dude.
blocks that you prepared. You know,
Look,
so yeah.
look. You are think of this as you are orchestrating a group of people inside the computer. That's the thing. Okay, you didn't build a full arrangement for that. You have let's say you have synths, you have kicks, you have bass lines, you have some percussion, some hats and stuff, and you are building that on the moment. It is as valid as someone who arrives there with a drum machine, a synth, and an effects pedal. It is a kind of live music production. You are doing stuff on the go, on the time there. So it's things being
Yeah.
built right there. So you shouldn't. Okay, I get it, and if it's good that you want to improve that, but you should feel totally safe and fine with that, and I support you in keep doing that, because honestly, I this year especially, I start to believe that doing lives, which will become much more important in the future than DJ sets, man. After what we've seen this year with Store, Speedy J doing the lives and all those kind of things, and showing a different concept, especially real lives where you don't go there with programmed things or anything, or you're not going there to reproduce music that you did in the past. I think people will started to have this will to listen more to this. So man, keep it on, man. For real, I liked what you did.
Yeah, I will keep, and I'm
Keep it on,
looking
man.
forward to my next live
Keep
performance.
it
You
on.
know.
So let's see more questions here. Okay, one very quick. I could answer this, but I'm gonna let you answer this. Nørbak, do you have a normal job, or music pays the bills?
No, music doesn't pay the bills at the moment. Yeah, actually, it does because I'm giving some classes, you know, and it actually keeps me going. And I mean, I was playing a lot before this madness, and Gustav Gustav knows that I save my money well. I
Yeah,
don't spend like stupidly my money or anything like that. So yeah, fortunately, I'm not struggling at all, you know, because
yeah,
I was smart with my money and all that stuff from the gigs that I had, and I adapt myself. You know, I'm giving classes, I'm doing some other shit, you know, to keep myself busy and active. So yeah,
yeah.
and I don't have a normal job. Normal. I don't
Lucky
have a
you.
contract job,
Lucky you.
uh, yeah.
But it's part of life. So another cool question by Lapau. Do you have any? Okay, this one is a fun one to answer. Do you have any preferred VST plugins? Do you make use of Ableton stock plugins much? Um,
Yeah, yeah, a lot. I mostly use effects, all Ableton,
mhm.
Since not much, not much. Maybe pads or something. I use now the Ableton stock stuff, and VSTs. Gustavo knows I'm a sucker for UE stuff.
Yeah,
Always been,
yeah,
always will be. Uh, there's stuff I don't know the science behind it, but sounds super super good. I can't explain it. I don't know if it's the how they program the their things or something, but it always sounds very very good to me.
yeah.
And serum. Besides UE stuff, I use a lot of serum. Actually, I'm using more serum now than the use UE stuff. I'm getting to know a lot more about that VST, and it has a powerful sound. If you control it well, and if you tone it down a bit with filters and all that stuff, it has a powerful sound. But it can be sometimes too over the top. But if you control it really well, yeah, super super cool scene
Yeah,
for sure.
Artur, people are asking if you have a contact, okay, for production lessons. People would love to chat with you, see what you can offer. You want? Do you have any public thing, or how do people?
I didn't announce it to anyone, but yeah, if you guys want to be part of it, sure, I would be
Best
very very happy
form, best way to
to have you.
contact you: Instagram, Facebook, an email.
uh Probably Instagram. Yeah, I check even the hidden messages and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I check everything. So yeah, my name is Nørbak underscore Ace.
Wait, I'll put it here. I'll put it on the
So
chat.
yeah, if you guys want it,
Mm,
let's arrange something, and I'll keep you guys
yeah.
in touch about it.
Tell them you are my subscribers and followers for a group discount. No, I'm joking. I don't know. Business is not with me. Let me just put it here. I think most of you are already following Artur on Instagram, but for the ones who aren't, here it is, the link. Okay, so you can talk with Artur for classes over there. Nice, man. See, this stream is already making good things happen. Um, oh, from Ricky Cross, our Portuguese mate as well.
Hey,
Hey, Ricky. So Ricky asks you if you think analog stuff will sound better than Ableton and VSTs for producing. Do you think there's a big difference between analog and VSTs?
um, you are the right guy to answer this. Not me.
No,
But in my opinion, I never use extensively an analog synth. But in my opinion, it's not really the tools. It's this will sound very
no,
poetic
but
and
it
shit.
is. It is.
But,
That's the answer.
it's not really the tools. It's the love you put into in the work you put in the stuff. So you can make an analog synth sound very shitty, and you can make a digital synth software synth sound outstanding. And Gustavo, he has a perfect hybrid setup, to answer this question better than me. So and he agrees with me. I'm sure. I'm 100% sure.
There
You
is
know.
no bad or good or whatever.
But let me just say this for me, the analog environment, for example, would not be super easy for me because I'm a guy that has to make music quick and has to put out ideas very quick. When I say quick, it's like super super quick because I forget my inspirations and what I want to do very quickly. So I have to be fast, fast, fast. So the having synthesizers and have to not be able sometimes to save my patches or something, would be super hard for me, so yeah, I prefer the my setup with the all in the box thing. So yeah.
If I can give my opinion about this, of course, there's a difference in sound between analog and digital. We're all
Yeah, that's a fact.
that's a
That's a
fact.
fact. Yeah.
It is out there. But of course, in the end, it also depends how do you record or how do you treat the source. It's basically that. It is a tool. In the end of the day, it is
And
a
and
tool.
you can have a fantastic sounding synth that it simply doesn't work with all the
Yeah,
elements.
totally, totally.
So yeah, and when it comes to that, you can even have a amazing analog sounding synth. But if it doesn't work with the elements, like, what's the point? So
Yeah, that's the thing. In the end of the day, it is a tool. Of course, analog for me sounds better than on the box in the box. Okay, because of many physicals and electronic stuff like preamps and converters and shit like that. But in the end, it is a tool. And the most
there are specific sounds that will always sound better on analog stuff, like
so, yeah.
plucky sounds, plucky sounds, things, uh, certain types of bass and all that stuff. There are things that you will never do properly on software environment, and some drones and all that stuff, some high frequencies, details and all that stuff. Things There are things that are really hard to recreate in the software environment. Actually, I have I have a friend of mine, Divide. Probably you guys know who he is. He has a modular system, and he's a guy that does like super really interesting high clicky sounds. I don't know how to put this very well, but it's really hard for me to recreate that type of sound in the software environment, because it it always flow more naturally and sounds better more naturally in this modular setup than I can make on my programs and all that stuff, or with effects or with Redux or something. It's always much harder. So yeah, yeah,
And
that's it. But you have to know your limitations when you work in the box, because I know that I will probably. One time I was obsessed with the plucky sounds from Stanislav Tolkachev tracks and all that stuff. But I have to accept that it's really hard to do stuff that sounds so good on a software environment. It can sound very similar and it can sound super good, but have it will not have that characteristic that the sound has, and you have to accept it and you have to do your own thing and fuck it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
and you said something which I think it's super personal in a way, the way you produce music. For example, for you, it's much faster to work on Ableton Live and VSTs. And for me, it's much faster to work on the shit like behind there than on VSTs. So and this is a full circle. In the end, once again, it's tools, and how much time you spend on learning those tools and using those tools will be your weapons of choice.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
so in the end, of course, we can go discuss about analog, digital, all that shit. But in the end, it is how you achieve those things, and how comfortable and how confident you are when you're gonna when you wanna do music. For me, and you know this, I achieve much faster sounds turning knobs than with a mouse, for example. Um, but that comes with the way you work. Like if I played football,
Yeah, for me, there's something magic
yeah,
in, for example, the concept of modular. For me, it's super interesting, But for me, the being able to, for example, I finish a track that I'm really happy with. I really like the synth, and I think that I can can do much more with that patch. If I change here, if I detune it, if I hear this and that, can make a million different sounds with this patch that I modified or something, So for me, there's magic in that, like changing something that was initially one thing and changing it in a million ways, That
Yeah.
that for me is really nice. And with the modular, I don't know, if you turn it off one time, the next day you turn it on,
If you turn it
make
off, if you turn
sounds.
one knob, it's dead
Yeah,
many times, man.
you I don't know, you
No.
turn it on and tonight it's making poop sounds or something,
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's that's um, it's
there's beauty
personal,
in that, all that chaos,
but
but
it's
I
personal in
like
the
to
end.
keep things controlled and super fast, and
Yeah,
and
it's super personal in the end.
yeah, yeah,
I don't think there is a form like I might I think I might understood a little bit what people are trying to understand in a way, and if there is one thing that I learned in all of these years is that there is not a formula. There is no formula. Like every person,
not at all.
every individual has its own way of working, right? You have yours, I have mine. We can make it work maybe together, both of us. Like my and yours can work together if we work together. But when you're alone or when you are doing your own process, it has to be you comfortable. So there is no formula. It is do it as do it as you can have much fun as possible, and
Of
your
course.
way of fun is it's with Ableton and Diva and whatever. My way of fun is with DFM and rhythm, for example.
Yeah, yeah,
So there is no formula,
yeah.
and
And keep one thing in mind, guys. There are a lot of artists that probably you guys think that they only do music on machines,
no,
or
it's
they only do
yeah,
music on computer, or
yeah,
blah blah blah, And for
yeah,
example, for many many years I was thinking like Molero only did music on
on gear
a
machines.
huge modular synth with like 6 909s and 8808s or something, and 100 and something reverb pedals or something, and he's doing all his stuff in the box, like me,
Yeah,
and like Temudo and like Vil,
yeah.
and there are guys that you think this really really sounds like the guy is doing digitally or something or whatever, and the guy has a huge modular system, so whatever,
Well, there's one thing that you forgot. Molero has an SSL at home, and he has
yeah,
some nice distortion units like the EOT
yeah, yeah,
Neo
yeah,
Core.
yeah, he has all of
But
that,
all the
that's true.
ideas, all the arrangement, all the synthesis
Yeah,
of the sounds comes from the box.
yeah.
That's for sure. Oh yeah, it's from Lapao again. Yeah, Lapao is on point always. General question on self doubt with your own music and getting confident with your own stuff. Does it just come with time? Um, go up, Artur first.
Yeah, definitely. I remember me and Gustavo, we always shared a lot of ideas when it comes to this, I remember when we talk about us not even playing our own music in podcasts, because the music
Oh
was
shit,
always sounding much
different.
worse than the stuff that we were playing, and at that point you start to doubt yourself, like you start to think probably my music is shit, for me what made me, and it's kind of stupid and everyone has its process, but for me what made me think that my music was actually acceptable was seeing other people playing it, I remember there is a track that I signed on Afin. It was my first vinyl. The track is called Ara, and I didn't like to play that track, because I always thought that it was sound super shit, and it didn't have enough power, and the mix was terrible, and blah blah blah. And one time I saw Oscar Molero playing it, and I was inspired with my own music in the point to the point that I was like, okay, this can be. It's impossible this to be super bad if Oscar Muller is playing it, and I starting to accept that, okay, maybe my music is not bad. You know, I have to be comfortable with my music. And slowly I started to play my music in my own sets, you know, and I started to see, okay, I have to do this and I have to do that to make it sound better and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it comes with time, definitely. Comes with time. And accepting the stuff that you are good at and accepting the stuff that you are not good at, and try to work as much on the stuff that you are good at and use it in your favor. And along the way, try to improve the stuff that you are not so good at. You know, in my example, were synths, for example. I, most of the sound that I did some years ago was a lot more around textures and all that stuff because I wasn't comfortable in doing a loopy synth or a stronger synth in the track and all that stuff. Now I'm getting there, you know. In the last year or two, I'm getting there. I'm getting comfortable with that, you know. Yeah, it takes time, man. It takes time. But don't 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 be ashamed of your music. Don't think that because one track didn't come out well, you are shit or something, man. It's part of the process. Be happy with the process itself, you know, and eventually you will also be happy with the result, and
Yeah.
that's it. I think this happens with every one of us, you know, every one of us. I will give you an example, you know, even Lewis Fauci, you know, he has a lot of doubts with his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he has now, you know, but he had a lot of doubts with his stuff. He was not sure if his stuff sounded good and all that stuff, you know. But man, with lots of time and being confident with yourself and working on the small details and all that stuff, the things come out cool, you know. So yeah, but self doubt is completely part of the process.
Yeah, it's
That's
normal.
your answer.
It's normal. It's we all struggle with that, and I think people see that on a negative way. And what Artur is saying is you should embrace it, because uh, um, you should embrace it on a positive way, because it's also that keeps you moving forward and trying to reach and doing better for yourself every day. uh, it's super normal to struggle in any kind of artistic art form, not just music. Okay, even for I have painter friends who also struggle with this. It is the same. uh, but it is, if you think about this positively, um, it enables you to keep forward and doing things, and that comes with time. Like every other time I doubt with my things, I ask Artur asks me, and try to do this. Try to find a group of people, two or three friends that you know that they are honest with you, and if they need to say it is shit, it is shit, and if it's not shit, it's not shit, and that will help you also cope with the thing and also keep you moving forward as well. I can let you know, like I do this with Artur, plenty of times. Like Artur, what you think? Is it shit?
Yeah.
What you think? Same shit. He doesn't say what you think about this thing. It's okay. What? Because in a way, it's a way to validate things. Like I remember a store Knob Twiddlers episode where like with Saya and Shifted, and basically what they were doing, it's what I do with Artur. Like it's saying, I think it was Shifted saying, yeah, like Saya is the guy that I go to all the time, every day. Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? What about this? What about that? It is normal, man. It is super normal, and with time it gets better in terms of you embrace it. I think that's the answer. Give it
Yeah.
time, and don't overthink it. That's the most important part. So 2.5 hours went on. If you like answering three more questions or what? How tired are you?
Yeah, yeah. Let's answer a couple more
And
and
let's call it
yeah,
call it a Sunday off.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it has been fun. Yeah, it has
Yeah,
been
Twitch
fun
is
till
fun,
now. Yeah,
dude. Twitch is fun.
yeah.
I told you, man. Twitch is actually fun, a fun place. Hey, motion symmetry. Edgar is here. Always late, dude. Let's see. I had here. Oh yeah, from Audion 25. Nørbak, when you release your album in warm up.
29th of January.
Oh, so it's almost coming.
Yeah.
So
I
audience.
will announce it in some days actually. The official artwork and all that stuff. And yeah.
Nice, nice. So audience, there you go, man. Still coming this month. Let me see. Okay, every touch has I guess. Alright, see tips companies making machines. Uh, well, yeah, cool, cool, Roman. It's coming out on the day of your birthday. Nice.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
no, but that's favorite video games. Oh, dude, what the fuck you
Fuck,
brought,
bro. We have conversation for more 3 hours or something.
dude?
My favorite video games,
Do you
I
think
will show you.
do you think I can name anything from favorite video games with this at home?
No,
Well,
no.
okay, I can I
I
can
will pick my favorite games to show to you guys in a second. Give me some time.
go go go. Well, I can let you know that maybe the game that influenced me more, Doom, maybe Doom. Yeah. Oh yeah, Odin. Yeah, Norbak already answered that, so I'm gonna write it to you as well. As answer. Cheap plugins. Slug Ableton.
First of all, my favorite game of all since the day I play it,
God of War. No,
Alan
Alan
Wake.
Wake. Yeah, it's true. You like
Alan
Alan
Wake.
Wake. Yeah.
My
Max
favorite
Payne,
game
dude.
ever.
Max Payne is best.
Yeah. Then I have to say Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah. I like
That
that
most
one
people
too.
say it's shit,
No, it isn't.
because of the plot and all that stuff. I think it's a masterpiece, this game. Next is God of
God
War,
of War. Yeah.
masterpiece. Then it's the first Last of Us.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then it's Control, super underrated game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I told you to play that shit too.
Yeah, it was thanks to Gustavo that I played this game.
But yeah,
Yeah, these are my favorite games.
like I can't have like at least like yours. I might be able to do it at least like 5 games. But if I have to say like games that really
But
inspire me,
you are an older gamer, you have that nostalgia factor and all that stuff,
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's harder,
But honestly,
I'm a
like
millennial, like.
no, it is nothing to do with that. I think it's just like just the fact that I played tons of shit during my years, and I come from an era where video games were hard as fuck, man. Playing video
Yeah.
games on the Nintendo system or NES, it was a shit, man. All games were like fucking hard. But I will say that my favorite games of all time, the ones that still are in my heart to today, and I'm not able to shit on them, will be the original Doom that came on PC, Half-Life, Counter-Strike, of course.
Can you believe I never played Half-Life?
Oh, dude, fuck off! And you play Counter-Strike with me, and you never
Yeah.
played Half-Life. Now you can
This
play.
I know this is a crime. I know this is a crime, but I never played Half-Life.
Oh, dude, there is a version. Some crazy dudes did a HD or full HD remaster of Half-Life One. I think it's free on Steam. I think so. Free on Steam. You should play that thing. Because if you play the old one, you feel like, dude, this
No,
looks
I don't
awful.
have any problem with that. Like fucking.
But when it came out, it was the first cinematic game. Like you were part of the story, and the story was part of you, and you felt compelled to keep on.
Fuck! Sorry, Gustavo. I forgot a game that's one of my favorites as
Which
well.
one?
But I don't have it here actually. I
Spider-Man.
remember one time that I needed money to buy music stuff. I sold all my things.
What the fuck, man?
Halo
game?
Reach. Halo Reach.
Oh, Halo. Okay,
Yeah.
Halo. Yeah, that's a
But the
very good.
Halo Reach,
Yeah.
one of the most underrated. Many people only play the multiplayer of that
Multiplayer,
game,
yeah.
but
The
story
the story is
of that
great.
game, it really touched me a lot.
And it's one of the best actually. I've played that, and
Yeah.
it's one of the best ones.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, yeah, first-person shooters are I got to say, Counter Strike, fucking CS, CS:GO, CS has to be my favorite game of all times. Uh, I grew up with that shit, man. I was part like of the first people playing this in here, like 80 people playing CS in a country, man. I did so many shit for that game. I did so many shit with that game. I made so many good friends with that game. So in the end, it's super sentimental in a way. But for sure, like I also share the same thing with you, like God of War, and I'm not that
Yeah.
big of a Sony fan. Yeah, I still have my issues with
Yeah, I
Sony.
wasn't a big Sony fan either, but
They
this
have nice game. They
generation
have,
they
yeah,
killed it this
yeah. They have
generation,
they
man,
have
you know.
super good
It's
games.
impossible not to love them. And even the Uncharted 4 and all that stuff, man. The Spider-Man, yeah, I have there.
Yeah, they're
The Red Dead Redemption, yeah, Red Dead Redemption is not Sony, but they have so many cool games, you know.
yeah.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Fuck Uncharted, man. Even the Uncharted ones. I like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Uncharted
yeah.
ones. Even the first one, who was like, but but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but that's the thing. I think it's too hard for video game heads like us to have like a favorite video game. If I have to pick one,
Yeah, but I have. It was Alan Wake. Sometimes, you know, most of the times it's more about the time where you played it, you know, and it was in a time that I was discovering more my intellectual part, you know,
yeah,
that
yeah,
we are not only meat and bones, you know, we
yeah,
have more, we feel things and all that stuff. I was learning that shit, and that movie, seeing so many feelings and the whole writing thing and the family thing and all that
yeah,
stuff, you know,
yeah.
was really special to me. Yeah.
No,
And probably what I'm trying to say is that probably if I was a grown up and played this game, I would be like, okay,
no.
you know.
I played that game and I played Alan Wake. I was more than 23 when I played Alan Wake. So Alan Wake came out when 2010,
I have no
9.
idea. It was like
I think so.
2011,
I think
10,
so because Alan Wake, because
11, 10. I think it's 11, 10 or something.
no, 2010, 10, yeah, 10, it's 10.
Yeah,
Already
yeah,
was a grown up. I was 23 already, and no, the game makes all the sense, and it's a super good game. Plus, I was a sucker for Max Payne, and knowing this come from
yeah,
the
yeah.
same guy from Max Payne, it has to be
They have a really brave artistic
Jesus.
view on games, you know. It's
It's
really
just more.
admirable.
It's
Yeah.
they came always with this thing like it's more than just a
Yeah.
game. It's a story.
It's
It's a
an
plot.
yeah, yeah.
It's
And
an
it's an
artist
artistic statement,
statement.
you know.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. That's it. Like,
But and they always have a concept, you know, with Alan Wake, the shadows and control the light and
mhm.
the whole thing, you know. It's cool. They probably those creative meetings they have before making a game
Yeah.
must be very interesting, you know.
No, that's it. It's not just a game. It's more like a full blown work in terms of arts,
Yeah,
in sound, in image, in sculpting, in writing, in everything.
yeah.
Okay, guys, let's wrap this up. I just think there's just two more questions over here. Which one was? Oh, okay. Arthur, do you watch football? Which team do you support?
Benfica, caralho.
No, okay, dude. Look, I'm seeing you. I'm just doing this to you, but it's okay. But I know you're not a
No, I'm
football.
not super,
Yeah,
super.
I
I
know.
mean, actually, in this past year, I'm getting a bit more into football. Yeah, but yeah, Benfica.
Yeah, dude,
Caralho.
you're lost, dude. Fucking shit. Well, it's life, guys. You have Ifika people, you see, but it is life. And you're from the north, dude. Like, you're from the north, man.
Yeah,
You're from.
it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's the team that I like
Okay,
the
so
most,
so
you know.
okay,
So
so now everybody from Lisbon is coming up. Like, yeah, caralho, yeah, sure. For fuck's sake, am I the only FC Porto guy here? For real?
vamos, caralho.
For real? Like, this is very bad. Anyways, oh yeah, shit, I forgot a fucking FFOB. Nice. You're from Fatima? Are you from Porto or from Fatima or from Lady? I don't know, man. Um, I forgot one game. I forgot one game, and it's the only reason why I keep buying Nintendo consoles every time they
Kingdom Hearts.
no Kingdom Hearts, dude. Fuck off, really, Kingdom Hearts? No, man. Kingdom Hearts, Zelda, man. Zelda is my all-time favorite games.
Ah, yeah.
Zelda 64 on the Nintendo 64.
Never played Zelda actually.
You have to play them. And Zelda
Yeah.
on Super Nintendo, it's Zelda for life, man. If I, I think, yeah, there are Nintendo consoles that I only bought just to play the Zelda in there.
Yeah.
Last question from Lapau. Dream back-to-back DJ partner for you both. So many. Uh, Go, dude. So
I
many.
don't know. I would say, man, I would love to do a back to back with Rico, you know, but I'm not sure if that would be my dream one, but it was the one that I remember right away, you know.
I
Rico probably because the way I approach my sets, it's very inspired in the way he approaches his sets. This being very eclectic, you know, not just sticking to only a thing. If you want to play harder, you play harder. If you want to do something deeper, you play deeper. And the way he mixes very carefully stuff, it's an inspiration as well. So yeah, one of my dream back to backs would be Rico. I would say, yeah.
well, I it is there is one dude that I really like a ton, uh, but I don't know if that will be a dream back to back as DJ, but Regis, like I grew up with Regis like since a kid, Mills, Clark, Regis, and Surgeon, but I think I would love to make a B2B live with Regis, mainly because the way he approached music, and his own creative setup and things, it's so fucking crazy. Even to today, many people are like, how did he do this shit? And many people, and he also came out with this, like, there are in his old musics, in old creations, there are even sampled parts from Jeff Mills tracks and shit in there that you will never
Yeah.
fucking guess it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But he's a guy who,
He's the definition of punk techno, you know.
yeah, that's the thing. It's
A lot of people say
yeah,
that they have the punk attitude and blah
no,
blah blah.
no,
It's no way
no
or
way,
in any shape or form
no way.
compared to the punk attitude they had, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, they released like 2 albums per year or
yeah,
something at the time, so with different alliances.
yeah,
The Regis and that generation,
yeah,
they really didn't give a fuck about the business side, you know.
yeah.
The strategic side that I was speaking about in the
Zero,
beginning, you know,
zero. It just
they just really want
to
to
put music
share the
out.
music, you
Yeah,
know.
that's the thing.
It's very impressive, and they have even when doing the music, they have a very punk attitude, you know, like, okay, I want to sample some rock and put some kicks, and I want to record a voice in the some kids in the kindergarten and distort it and fuck it, you know, like,
Yeah, and that,
yeah, it's very impressive the artistic approach he has to music.
yeah,
For
it's there are dudes who sample and who are shit, but if it is a guy who knows how to, if there is a guy who understands sampling as an art form in techno, it's Regis.
sure. Yeah,
The rest
definitely,
it's just copying
definitely.
shit, which is
Yeah.
for me. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm offending
Or they
anyone.
do lazy sampling or something, you know,
Yeah,
it's stupid.
it's stupid as
Regis
fuck.
knows how to do artistic
Yeah,
sampling, you know.
I think it comes from one key thing. When they started doing music, right? The technology and the gear they had available was not that impressive or not that good in a way. So you had to go the extra mile all the time to bring in cool things and different things, and
Yeah.
that made boys be men in a way,
Yeah. Yeah.
in a way to say this.
Yeah.
So I do. I would love to play with that dude. Not in a DJ set. DJ sets, maybe I don't know, but DJ set is very hard to me to say who I would play with because there are so many guys that I like. If it wasn't this question like 10 years ago, no, maybe more, like 12 years ago, I would say Dave Clark. But actual Dave Clark, I will not. I don't know. Maybe I will have fun with him. Maybe not. I don't know. It's not that sure. Because I grew up and biggest inspiration for DJing or what is DJing was from Dave Clark. But honestly, it's super hard question, dude. I don't know. Nowadays,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a hard question for sure. Probably I answered Rico now, and in a year I will answer some
Or
other
even
stuff,
tomorrow, dude.
uh,
Like maybe
or even
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow.
So
It is what it is. So okay, Artur. Just one quick thing from Audion again. How many songs does include the album? Well, honestly, Audion, Artur is going to share this tomorrow, dude, on social media.
no, 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 no. I can answer. I can answer.
Okay, answer then.
10,
10
10
tracks.
tracks, 10 tracks, and on the vinyl will be 9 tracks on the 2 times 12 inch
Release.
release.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
but 10,
a-
10,
a-
10.
and the name.
Flash to Ashes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Nice.
will answer soon the artwork and all that stuff. I hope you guys like it.
Oh, for
And
sure they will. Well, I liked it, so
yeah.
so for sure they will. Guys, this was super fun. Yeah,
For sure,
pretty
let's
much.
do it again in a couple of months or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
when
for
you
sure,
when
for
we
sure.
have something new to talk about.
Hopefully we
So
have
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
new to come up with. Hopefully we have gigs to play, yay or not? Maybe in
Yeah, let's
2023.
see, let's see,
I don't
let's
think
see.
so honestly, but well,
Yeah, in 2 months probably no, but yeah.
not even in six, dude. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's keep positive.
Let's
Let's
see.
keep
Let's see.
positive.
No,
But yeah, guys, was really nice
to yeah,
for
hang
you
here.
guys to have me. Thank you so much for the questions. I never thought that so many
I told
questions
you, man.
would be, which is super interesting. I was like, when you told me to do this, I was like, okay, one or two guys
No, dude.
will ask questions. So it's really nice to see that you guys have questions for me and for Gustavo. And Gustavo, thank you so
No,
much.
dude. You're
Meu,
always
meu
welcome, dude.
filhinho,
You're always
meu
welcome.
menino.
Well, the next thing to do is to put this guy. Actually, for me, it's like this: to put this guy here doing music with this thing.
Maybe in the future we can arrange
Yeah,
something.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like I'm doing like I started to do like I thought that doing every Sunday a live improvisation will become a pain in the ass, not just for me but also for the people. But maybe like since we are here, but yeah, you're the only one over here that I can put you here to do stuff. But yeah, maybe why not? Like we can do like a live improvisation here. You come with your computer and your stuff. I can sync it up to my stuff very easily. There's no issue, and we can do some crazy
Yeah, let's keep in touch about it.
what the
Yeah.
fuck shit. But yeah, it was super
Yeah.
fun, guys. Thanks a lot for joining in. If you guys are in Discord already and not on the channel, you can join Discord. Artur as well. If you ever go to Discord one of these days, you can join the server. It was super fun. Thank you once again, man. I think
Yeah,
people.
thank you for having me. It's a really nice new thing that you are doing, and I wish you the best for this. So yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Let's see where this is in again. This is part of the journey, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
who let's see where it goes. There's nothing. It's just a path to follow. So yeah, that's basically it. So man, let's go. Let's rest. Some people work. Hey, Glue Tank, you arrived late. So yeah, guys, super fun. Um, follow Nørbak if you are not in Instagram. Preferably, he prefers Instagram than shitty Facebook. The guys who wanted class or and know how and know what Artur is doing in terms of classes and what can he offer to you, contact Artur Nørbak via DM on Instagram. He'll gladly let you know what he can do for you
Yeah,
if you have
for
interest,
sure.
of course. And well, that's it, guys.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, it was super nice again, and
Yeah.
yeah, as I told you, let's do it again in a couple
Yeah,
of
for sure,
months.
for sure. Yeah, I think I'm
And
gonna starting to do this like 2 in 2 weeks, like one Sunday live improv, another Sunday an interview with a friend.
yeah,
Uh,
that's nice. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's the
I
best
think
one.
Temudo would be a
Yeah,
nice choice.
yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for
call
that.
that fucker to come here if he's not
Yeah.
sleeping or some shit like that.
No, no, now
I
he's
know.
super
Well,
awake at this
I
time.
don't
At
know,
this time,
man. I
he's
don't know.
super
Like
awake.
with the fucking COVID things, sometimes I was like,
No,
whoa,
no, 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 no. At this time, he's super awake, and for the next 5 hours, you will be
five
super
five
awake.
or more,
You
man.
know.
Well,
So,
he's worse than me, so yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, guys on the stream, anyone to do a raid that you would like us to raid? Something interesting, something out of the box. Do you guys want me to go raid? Like Vorman, you're the guy who know all the strange people on Twitch. No, for real, man. Like Vorman, this guy Vorman, he showed me Baldy. Can you see if he's online, that guy? So he's a guy who's doing live animation on stream, doing the voices, animating the puppets and shit,
What the
on
fuck?
real time. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna rate this dude, and well, because it's deserved. It's something out of the box, and I like nice shit out of the box. Odin, yes, standard will also come to the show as well. I'll try to bring. I'll bring a lot of Portuguese friends because they are, well, they are first hand friends because we all hang together at some point and we hang together at some point. But I'll keep in mind some people that I really like. I will prefer to bring in real friends, people who I have a connection with, because it's much more interesting to have these conversations with people who are your real friends and you have stuff to talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's see how things go. Guys, let's raid Tom Thinks. Get ready for out of the box insane shit on Twitch. And catch up with you guys on Discord, guys. Artur, thank you once again. Bye bye, dude.
Bye. Thank you,
See ya.
guys. Thank you,
Thank
Gustav.
you all. And let's ride Tom Thinks, who's fucked up on his mind, man, for sure. Bye bye, guys.
Ciao.